All right, all right, all right. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy underway. I think the feedback loop is sounding all right. Make sure you hit the likes, subscribe, check that description box one time. Welcome back, Wayfarer. By the light of the North Star, our paths cross once again, like Finnegan, on a grand and mysterious adventure towards spiritual cultivation and mastery. The Universal Concourse of all souls in reunion with Source is our destination. From the depths of the Fathomless Cavern to the Spectral Abodes of the Underdark, through the chambers of endless echoes, and through the Labyrinth of Shattered Mirrors, up the Ladder of Ascent to the very ledge of Revelation, onward and upward beyond Dreamland to the Celestial Realm and the Timeless Homeland. Join me once again, Wayfarer, on the fool's journey from a naive awareness to the heights of spiritual mastery. I hope you are doing well out in Happy Land tonight, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission. Your host, Frank Monday, broadcasting to you from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight Zone, Old Peking, far behind the bamboo firewall. Yes, indeed, Wayfarer. It is that time of year. It's the season. It's the reason for the season. And it is the season for giving and the season for remembering, giving fellowship to our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. He gave his only begotten Son that we may not perish, but have eternal life. So it's a good message. It's the message of the time. It's the Yuletide, the solstice, the return of the sun, all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube's algorithms bark like Pavlov's dog. Don't forget to hit the button, guys. Go ahead and launch in there and get it started, man. Keep them barking. Roof, roof. You know how they love to bark like ravenous feral dogs wandering around the hutongs, yapping at you. Meanwhile, those of us who know, we're creeping silent-like, stealthy, on the hunt for prey, like a tiger. You know, your average medium-sized dog is what, 20 kilos at best, whereas a Siberian tiger, guy like Frank Monday, 200 to 300 kilos. Quite a beast. Imagine a 500-pound tiger moving silently through the shadows. Meanwhile, all the feral stray dogs are out there barking. They just don't even know, do they? They out they damn minds. Check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Put a little something in the tip jar. That'll keep the pep in my step, the jelly in my donut, and the lead in my pencil. As a result, give me just a second, guys. I got some business behind the scenes here. And we are back. Once again, like Finnegan. I certainly hope y'all good-looking sex people doing all right out there in Happy Land. Mr. A. Murphy, number one, A1 Murphy in the house. Good looking out. Good to see you, Murphy. I hope you're doing well, Wayfarer. Looks like you might have done some military service according to your profile pic there. You're a military man, so you probably know what makes the grass green. Blood, blood, blood. What do we do? Kill, kill, kill. What makes the grass green? Yeah, the blood of our enemies. Sometimes, it has to happen, man. It's about to go down right now. Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico. U.S. has the largest ever naval armada assembled in the Gulf of America. which is a good thing. U.S. needs to look out for itself first and foremost. Can't be taking no shit from no one. Bunch of Mexicans sending up all their bunk-ass drugs into the States. You know, Coca-Cola makes cocaine. I think that's one of the main reasons they're kind of lashing out at Colombia. They're like, who the fuck you think you are making cocaine? Coca-Cola Company's the only one allowed to make medicinal-grade cocaine. And then you can't get any access to it. At least that Colombian Coke, you might be able to score a little bag of yeehaw, right? A little nose candy for the holidays. It's going to be a white Christmas, baby. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. So, yeah, they're upset about that. The war on drugs, right? Classical horse shit. But that fentanyl, man, that shit's deadly. Creating flak of zombies. You've seen it. You've seen it on the news. You've been out in the city. You've seen them wandering around zombie-like. A little bit of predictive programming there, right? The zombie apocalypse. It's bad mojo, man. Ain't no kind of fun. No kind of fun at all. Let's get this show started right with the adoration of Abraxas. Say it with me if you know it, Wayfarer. I'm gonna dial back that musical background just a little bit. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and that old cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. Amen. Remember, O neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength, will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation, for love is the law. Love under will, and do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Abrahadabra. The new aeon is upon us. The Aeon of Ra. So welcome back. Hail unto thee who art Ra in thy rising, even unto thee who art Ra in thy strength, who travelest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti in his splendor standeth at the prow, and Ra-Hor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of twilight. Yes, indeed, from the abodes of Twilight Zone, Old Peking. There it is there. Please consider a one-time coffee donation over at buymeacoffee.com. You can join the Lunar Light Entertainment Discord. I might even check it once in a while. Y'all good-looking, sexy people. Always open to paranormal encounters, man. A young man today showed me a video, like a door cam video, CCTV from his house of a ghost cat. Like you see this perfect fucking ghost cat jam by, and then another feral cat is chasing behind it. And I had to watch it like 15 times, man. I'm like, maybe there's some sort of reflection. Maybe it's an optical illusion. Maybe it's some sort of shadow or something. But it wasn't, man. It was a fucking ghost cat, a phantom cat. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And he said he pulled it off his own CCTV just the other day. He said he was checking the CCTV. There was some action. You know, one of those door cam things or whatever. And he's like, and look what I caught, man. And he showed it to me. I thought that was pretty cool. You got to kind of consider the source, though, right? Can you actually believe him? I told him to send me the video. So if he does, I will upload it for you guys and we can examine it and determine whether or not we think it's real. These days, you guys know the AI, man. They're fucking going bananas with that shit. They're trying to fucking trick everybody into thinking this, that, or the other thing. And how long's that old CGI been around anyway? 100 year, 150 year, 1,000 year? Ain't nothing what you think it is. Ain't nothing new under the sun, according to King Solomon in Ecclesiastes, right? That which has gone before is what will happen. And that which is happening is what's gonna happen. Motherfucker was breaking it down. One of my favorite magicians in the Bible, beloved son of David, builder of the first temple. It's good magic, man. Go play that Frank Monday intro one time. Keep your good-looking people for the people. Keep the people entertained and titillated. More stimulating talk radio here on FM radio with your host, Frank Monday. One of those old Frank Monday productions coming at ya.
Okay guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead. Well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday.
Right on. Frank Monday, why don't you get your skinny white ass up here? Break it down one time.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the G is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
There's my wife. He's sitting in the back doing some work on the computer. You're doing a little kung fu rep. Long Beach, California right here. Getting some of the Afro dancing on, baby. Getting dreads out. You got the babies in the background. Swing it. She got hot looking. She was a Swedish girl right here. Nice. Very nice. Ain't nothing like it, man. Onion. Ain't nothing like it. Your little onion ring. Yeah, they're all right.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning Generations. Oh yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. I'll do anything you say. It's just got to be that way. Well, all right. Okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right. Okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? Anything you say, I'll do. And it's just got to be that way. Well, all right. Well, okay. Yeah, good magic, man. We might have Twilight Son of Lilith coming up here in a minute, guys, to talk about the Yuletide. It'd be a big deal, man. It's kind of a big deal. He's one of my favorite people out there in Happy Land. He's doing good magic, a magician from the Aether, right? And I met him over at TML, The Machine Lies. If you guys don't know The Machine Lies, you should definitely check it out. Ain't nothing like it, man. One of the best shows on YouTube.
Right. But yeah,
TML, give us the breakdown. I just booted up my restream, so anybody that tunes into the post of The Machine Lies and Cyber Caliphate will know what's going on over here, because I think you're doing some of the biggest magic on YouTube, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it right there. I loaded up the wrong video, though, so I'm going to have to drop that one. Anytime you're ready, Twilight, you jump on up and we'll get busy. We'll summon up demons more powerful than all in hell. Oh. Get some of these, we got to get some content for some of these haters out here They say, oh, Frank Monday, you going to hell when you die. You doing all that old magic and sorcery and witchcraft. The fuck, boy? You fucking around summoning demons and spirits and intelligences and worshiping pagan gods and making sacrifice on your altar. Don't you know that shit demonic? And I'd be like, oh my God in heaven. Lordy, 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 forgive them, for they know not what they do. The folly of the wicked. They just ain't got a clue. They gonna vilify man. They'd crucify Jesus if he were here. They'd crucify Moses. They don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers got their head straight up their ass. Don't know what's going on. I'm gonna chill a little bit longer, Twilight. If you can fucking bone up, panel up, get on up, get on up, get on up out the way. Bitch said, get on up out the way. Said, move y'all big old fat ass out my way, biatch. Cause I'm coming through and I'm moving and I'm grooving and I'm jamming to the tunes of Frank Monday's hit single, Get Out the Way.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, splattering a sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, splattering a sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
That is Dweller of the God. God can't help the dead. That is his album there, Magic Runs Deep. It's good stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate young creators trying to get their business on, getting out there, shaking their thing, getting busy, getting busy. Welcome to the show, Twilight, son of Lilith.
What's good, Frank?
Oh, fucking everything. You know, man, it's the Yuletide, the dark night of the soul. We getting busy heading into the darkest time of the year.
Yeah, man, 2026 already is wild, right?
Isn't it? Yeah, it flew by, man.
Moving quick, bro.
Yeah, motherfucker, fuck around. The year just goes flying by. How are you, beloved? Welcome to the show. This is the very first time, I believe, you've been on the Frank Monday show. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, good magic, man. What can you tell the people a little bit about yourself for all the good-looking, happy, sexy people out there in Happy Land, fucking tuning in either now or later? They might want to know who the fuck this Twilight, son of Lilith. You got a new name change though. What's going on there?
Yeah. Delete, yeah. If you look into the pagan Gnostic tradition, which is what my tradition is, Delete it means the intended one. So it's actually where Thelema comes from as well.
Wow, root. Nice.
It's the same, same root.
And now, Thelema is a Greek root, right? And
correct.
It's related. Is it the law? Is that what it translates to?
Well, Thelema is will.
Will.
And,
okay.
Yeah. And it's also an intention. And so, it's it's divine intention. And so you have will and you have wisdom and then you have Christos. Okay, so in Gnostic cosmology, or what they were actually called, because the Gnostic was kind of like, you're a smartass, you're a know-it-all. It was actually
Right.
a slang term. It was a slander. They didn't call themselves
Okay.
Gnostics. There was Gnostico, or ones who know. That was used by
Yeah.
Plato. Okay,
Okay.
but the way that it was used for them, you know, they never referred to themselves as that. They referred to themselves as the Telestai, and Telestai comes from Telos,
Yeah, that
and
sounds much
Telos
nicer.
is
Telos
aim,
is like divine. It's what?
to
Divine
be
divine aim.
aimed,
Huh?
to be
To
aimed.
aim.
And if you look at the word
Yeah.
sin, sin originally is an archery term,
Okay.
and it
Like you
means to
error, right?
miss the mark.
You miss the bullseye, huh?
Right. And so the Telestai were those who were aimed. So, well, what are you aimed at? Well, they were aimed with a purpose of the home story. Well, what's the home story? Well, the home story is the story that was eradicated by the Romans. Okay, this is the truth of
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I
when
like
they
Mr.
were
Brownstone.
enslaving the original Christians, and they were enslaving the Jews, and they were, basically they brought in their version of Christianity.
Uh-huh.
This, and then they burned the libraries of Alexandria and all that.
So
Like,
this is like pre-common era, so we're talking BC, right?
yes, this is there were pagan Gnostics, there were Jewish Gnostics, and there were Christian Gnostics, and this was the pagan Gnostics. They were called the Telestai. They were the leaders.
Very good.
They were the teachers of the mysteries. Okay,
The spearhead of the mystery schools, huh?
yes, you can actually look this up now. Now that we have AI and all that. Before, it was
The
very
hive mind.
hard to come by. Like, you can look into this. They were the establishers of the mysteries, and they were animists. Actually, they were shamans, and the tradition is not 2,000 years old. It was just that was the remnants of at the time, because again, the what became the Vatican, the what became the Inquisition wiped everything out. So that was all
Yeah.
that was
So
left. But they
we're
were
talking like a
animists.
teaching
They
that
were shamans.
came from like the rise and fall of Atlantis, right?
Well, it goes back. You can trace it. I mean, it goes back to before the flood. So I mean, yes,
Okay.
you could say that it goes back,
Yeah, because
but
the only post flood records that we had in the early times were like the Sumerian and Sumerian records, right?
well,
Maybe Canaanite.
it goes back to, like I said, it's a shamanic tradition, really. So it wasn't a
Sure,
religion.
sure.
It wasn't a religion.
Right.
It was
So practice of magic.
it definitely was magic. Yes, it
Yeah.
was most definitely magical, and their main belief was in the earth itself. They
Okay.
acknowledge the earth, okay, who is Sophia. And you have
As a
this
living entity, right?
not just a living entity, but the earth itself. And so what I mean by that is you have like Gaia, right? And Gaia
Yeah.
is the goddess of the earth, correct?
Right.
Well,
Right.
this is similar, but it's not the same thing, because Sophia wasn't considered the goddess of the earth. She was considered the animating intelligence of the earth itself. So what I'm telling you is that she was a stellar goddess from the pleroma, what they call the pleroma, which in
Right.
our nomenclature today would be the galactic core of the Milky Way galaxy. So this is
Okay.
an astronomical myth. This is a here and now 5 sense myth. This is a it's not transcendental. There's a transcendental element, but it's actually a very no, what we call today noetic science. Okay,
Right.
it's based in imminence. Okay, so from the galactic core, okay, these aeons, they're called, okay, work in pairs called syzygies.
Right.
SY.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
remember you talking to some extent about this.
Yeah, I'm actually writing a book about this because it's been so suppressed. And
Yeah,
I
it's good
actually,
magic. I mean, in the Tantra have an expression of that too, right? Like these
yes. Yes.
bodhisattvas that are in they're like locked in eternal embrace. There's a masculine and a
Yes.
feminine, and they're just
Correct.
grinding the universe into existence. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Or, or
There's a
but
lot of like
they
Bond.
wouldn't be ultimate source though, right? They would just be like big
No.
players on the field.
They are, well, if you're familiar with what's called Orneric myth, that is what this is.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay,
not.
so Orneric myth is that essentially our entire experience is a dream, but it's
Yeah.
not unreal. It is
Right.
a divine dream. Okay, so there's a dream dreaming us, essentially. Okay, so
Yeah, and there are
we are,
layers to the dream definitely too.
yes. So if you look at
Like
like
we
all the indigenous traditions of the earth, like the Australian
yeah,
Aboriginals and stuff, they talk about like the dream time. Okay,
right.
this is parallel, or even like in some forms of what became the the pre-Vedic Sanatana Dharma. Not Hinduism per se, because that's like 500 different traditions. Uh,
Right.
but what became that? They have this idea of like everything is in the dream of Vishnu. This is kind of that same idea. And you mentioned the Tantra, and yes, it's very much akin to that, as well as what you would call like Dzogchen and like Bon, like pre-Buddhist, like Bon Po. They believed in, in other words, they believed in spontaneous illumination.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not something to
I
work for. It's something to realize uh, here and now. There is a force out there called
yeah,
archons,
definitely. Definitely,
and
yeah.
and these archons are perceptual mind viruses, and they distort perception. They're not evil. They're just
No, yeah,
an air.
evil, yeah, good and evil, that's kind of the dichotomy of the human mind, right? Once you get beyond
Right. Yes.
the discursive level of skepticism, then it's not the way things are operating. Like they may be destroying energy, and maybe from a human perspective, we would perceive that as evil, but
Yes.
it's not that. Yeah, the qualities aren't expressed that way.
Yes. So
I see what you're saying.
evil is a product of the human imagination.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a hallucination.
We can be led
Human
to
hallucination.
we can be led to evil by our conscious being misdirected into fantasy. Is essentially
Yeah.
what the archons essentially hijack the human potential and intention to the way they say it is, we our attention is taken, so like basically minor error is extrapolated past the point to no return, to where it can no longer be corrected. And
Okay.
so that's essentially, yes. And so that's really what evil is. There is no,
That would be like disintegration of the being, right? Like people who refuse to work on their development and then just kind of
yes.
fall into the prosaic game. They can actually disintegrate. You know?
Well, yes, they lose connection with the goddess.
Yeah.
And
So rather than integrating, they become disintegrated.
yes, and everything ultimately comes from the origin. Now, the origin is not a being. It is not a thing. It
Right.
is not a he or a she. It is
Right. Not in the
the
sense that people might be able to
field.
grasp.
It's a field from which all things arise. It is non-dual. Okay? And this is where the aeons arise from, is this non-dual field of pure awareness. And that's
In the Gnostic nomenclature, do they call that the monad? Is that correct? Because I'm not super familiar with Gnosticism or the Hindu at all. You know that my study has been Tao primarily.
yes, well, there is some overlap there too. As I said,
Right.
when you get into more so Bond, if you ever look into Bond,
Mhm.
there's a lot there. And then
Okay.
like I
Yeah,
said,
Tao has I would think for Sophia, Tao has
and
one
and
called the Xuan Mu, or the Dark Mother.
the Tao would definitely, I would say, probably be like an equivalent.
Yeah, there's
I
something
would
there.
say,
I think some correspondence because the
yeah,
Tao is like you said, it's an intuitive, natural grasping, a grokking of the way things are,
yeah,
rather than trying to overlay it with your own fantasy, right? Which many traditions
yes,
try to do.
yeah. As soon as you try to categorize it, it's you've already lost the plot. So yes, I would say that they would be equivalent concepts.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the great thing about Tao, I think, is it gives each individual the tools to find it on their own, right?
Yes,
And
and so
I think that's a part of the game. Figure out the riddle.
yeah, and so the major thing with true gnosis was about understanding the human mind itself, how it
Yeah.
functions and how it's deviated. And it was about co-evolution with the aeons and with the fallen, what they call the fallen wisdom goddess, because the goddess fell from the pleroma, which is the galactic
Okay.
core, as a torrent of serpentine. The aeons are serpentine galactic living luminous plasma, physical
Right.
material.
Right.
You can see them, you can touch them. Okay,
Yeah.
and there
They
was
kind
there
of look
was
like
a,
the pan when they come down at night from the heavens. They kind of look like the panspermia, like how we
that's
would
exactly
imagine
it.
sperm shells
That's
shooting
exactly it.
stars.
It is a panspermic tradition. Yes, our
I've seen it,
genome
man.
our genome
I've
was seeded through what we would today call panspermia. In
I've seen those,
Orion,
man. I've done some high level qigong and seen that shit directly. It's pretty neat.
this is okay. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is a shamanic tradition. This is not a traditional mythology. It is
No,
based in
it's
direct
reality.
experience.
Yeah, you
Well,
get out there, you breathe it, you live it, you see
you
it.
know what
It's
I'm talking
real.
about.
Absolutely. That's why
It's
I
the
knew from day
living.
one that you were
It's the.
dialed
Li-
in. Like
It's.
I don't have the same like vernacular as you,
You don't
but
have
I
to.
knew that. No, yeah,
Yeah,
I knew that you knew it. Yeah, I knew that you knew it.
I knew you did too, man. And I had my own experiences in nature, and then also, in my own magical practices with Lilith, and
Right.
with like non-dual, like I've done with like Christian Kabbalah and all that, and I've had experiences with that too. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have all the accretions, and terminology.
Right.
Like the truth is the truth, man.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
that
you can
that to
perceive
me,
it directly.
that's what it is. That's why you don't need a belief system.
And it's good that you can do that because then you have a more expansive base and you can understand many, many different people. I find that very attractive because oftentimes,
Yes,
they hear, oh, you've done this or you've done that. And they immediately start to crucify you. And it's like, what the fuck is
yes,
that? Those are just methods. The supreme
right.
method is ultimate and it's no
Yeah,
method, right? So,
yeah. It's the method. It's not a belief system. It's
it's
mythopoetic
that,
language to explain a method of seeing. Like, because that's
yeah,
ultimately what it comes down to.
they get mired in it. They get mired in the description and then they have to demand that it's ultimate. And it's like, wow, you're totally missing the mark, right? They're doing the
Oh
exact
yeah.
opposite of what did you What did you say the original Gnosers were called? The Telios?
Yeah, Telestai. Those who are angry.
Telestai.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those
Yeah.
guys would be like, oh my God, you're so far from the fucking bullseye that it's just,
Right.
it's unreal. I mean, right? The average individual, the way they communicate with each other and the way they try to express it, it's dire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's nasty out there. That's why it's good to take a step back from it occasionally and be like, good God, what are these guys up to? They're bashing their head against the wall. Yeah, it's gnarly. Yeah, so thanks for breaking that down, man. That's really good. And I know you're just getting started. Like the other day, we were having a conversation and they're just so anxious, like I said, to get that 30-second TikTok bite that they can't sit back and wait for a minute to try to kind of absorb it and see through it. Because like the way you talk is definitely like parting the veil. And many people aren't ready for that, man.
Yeah,
a lot
man.
of folks, they can't.
It's something I'm very passionate about, and like it lights me up to talk about it. It makes me happy, and so it's just like I've gotten to a point to where, if let's just put it this way, man. A lot of these people don't actually want to know; they just want to troll, And so it's like I'm not throwing pearls before swine, And so to be frank, I'll be frank for just a moment. Okay.
Yeah, they'll stomp them into the dirt, then they'll turn on you and tear you apart.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the time, and that's why I say I don't think you understand. Like I don't owe you anything. That's why I tell people that.
Right.
It's
don't waste your breath. You're chi.
Yeah. That's why like I told Muhammad, like I respect him, man, but like if anyone needs me, they know where to find me, bro. Like I just don't have the time for it. I don't know why he entertains these people, because we have such great conversations, man, that are so important. And then
he's doing good magic.
He is. Some of these people
he's got to get shit done.
And there's things I've found about some of these.
He allows for. Yeah, he's got to allow for the entertainment angle too. Like otherwise, there would be, because the things we're talking about, what you just expressed, like the way you're laying it out and delineating it. Like you said, the world loves to be deceived. They don't actually want to find or know any truth. Truth requires work. Like you said, you got to get out there and experience it. You got to aim dead center. Yeah, you have to fucking pull the bow, right? And they're like, oh, just let Jesus do it for me. Send me AI Jesus. I got to do work.
Well, why don't you do as Jesus said? That's what I told him. I said, why don't you do as Jesus said then?
Yeah, they can't even do that. Yeah.
Because I'm
just want to say Jesus.
Jesus is my homie.
Me too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely. We chilling right now, brothers. But yeah, they got no idea. That's why, like, I had such chagrin as a young man, because I was raised kind of, in the church to an extent. And I was listening to what Jesus said and then seeing what the people around me were doing. And I'm like, you guys are so fucking far out in left field. You got no idea what's going on. It broke my heart,
Yeah. No, exactly. That's how I've always felt.
I had to grab my surfboard and go get it, go ride the wave.
Yeah, it really is heartbreaking. When I was younger, especially, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all reading? Like, do you see what I do? It's like, this is over your head, man. You don't know what you're saying. And they're telling me go pray. Like, okay.
Later, you don't got to worry about it. Yeah, my little girl's she's talking a bunch of shit to me. You want to hear her speak Chinese? 你说什么呢？你妈老折腾我，明天去，今天去，没事儿，我们待会儿就去，行吗？你别老折腾我，你别老打扰我。我刚才跟你说我要播音，是不是？知音，我说你等会儿，我一会儿跟你说一下，你别老折腾你妈说什么呢？废话。你滚开。You all right? You still there? Sorry about
that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to expose you to a little bit of that native Chinese. She giving me a hard
Oh, I
time. We
love
got
it.
tomorrow's. Yeah. We're a little further ahead than you guys, so it's Christmas Eve here for us, and we're gonna go to Universal
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Studios to watch the.
That's
Got to
right.
watch the Christmas parade tomorrow. It'll be fun. So her mother's kind of rides her ass constantly. Like you probably, I don't know, you may or may not know Chinese women, but
Oh,
they have
yeah.
their own unique
No, I
style.
love Asian women.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm attracted to, I'm attracted to all women, but like, especially, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you the breakdown on my wife. She'd be like, "You motherfucker, you go out, you work, you make money, give money to me. Motherfucker, you come home, you wash dishes, make dinner. I give you 2 children. You want lovey, long time, motherfucker." Now her accent is actually really good. She, my wife, she went to high school in Germany, so her second language is actually German. And
Oh, wow.
she graduated. She graduated from her undergraduate program in Munich, and then she went to the United States for postgraduate. And so she was in grad school when I met her. She was going to UMass, and I was in Boston working in management. And so she spoke fairly good English when I met her, but her German was spot on. Now her English is better than her German. She's basically forgotten all of her German.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so she was super, like, imagine the Chinese yin yang, right? We have this Eastern girl that's totally interested in Western culture, then a Western boy who's totally interested in Eastern culture.
Yeah.
So when we hooked up, it was just like fucking dynamite, just dynamic duo.
Yeah.
We totally fucking got each other.
That's awesome.
And you know what? I used magic to get her.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. I did magical scripting. Yeah, and I cast a talisman. And I could tell you the whole story. It's super magical, but now is not the time or place for it. But my first experiences in magic were when I was really young. And like, because I was so successful in the first few times that I tried, like I immediately knew it was real and legit. I'm like, it takes time. You got to learn parameters. You can fuck yourself up. You got to be careful.
Oh,
but the shit works, it works.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Your sometimes it works too well.
Yeah, and I knew if you have a sincere heart, then it's sanctioned by God, and you're protected.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it does work. Sometimes you're right; it does work way too well. That's why people fuck around. They start pissing you off. They better watch the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Because once you get on the path, and you make gains, then you're protected.
Right.
You're protected by many spiritual entities.
Right, exactly. And I try to warn people, and they think I'm threatening them, and it's like, no, I'm trying to watch out for you.
That's right. Yeah, you're trying to protect them.
I work with the dark goddess. You don't get it.
That's right. You don't want to fuck with me. My big brother's standing behind me. I can't control this motherfucker. I could stop myself from hurting you, but I can't stop them. And they got all kinds of power.
Nice.
Shit, they blink and you out of existence, man. Ain't no messing around.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah, they don't get it. I knew you got it though. Yeah, I knew you knew what was up, man. It's good magic. Yeah, so I'm just chilling. I'm here in Old Peking. You're back in the States, right? I don't know exactly where you're from and stuff. I mean, you don't got to triangulate yourself, but you definitely sound like an American.
Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. Pennsylvania Dutch. So you might be Germanic descent, right? Or you're
Italian.
German stock. Oh, really? Wow, even better.
Yeah. My
mafioso.
My dad. Right, of course. My dad's family came over from Naples.
Okay. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all.
We don't have much Italian in our family. My dad always acted Italian, but I think it's just because he had Italian friends there, and he liked to go to the pizzeria. We had a really nice restaurant called Mario's, of all things.
Right.
And we'd go there at at least once a week, and my dad would act like he was Italian, but he wasn't. I think we're
Yeah,
mostly German Jews.
my whole fucking family were cooks and shit. So I picked that up, thankfully.
Yeah, it's good. Italian's some of the best food. I mean, absolutely. Hell, they sent Marco Polo over here to China to get some recipes. 600-700 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Those guys were
I think Italian and Asian food is like the best food. So yeah, for sure.
And those tomato sauces, man. That stuff supposedly is what keeps a man's prostate healthy. Those flavonoids.
Right. We're actually making fucking lasagna.
All right. Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're busy, man, I don't want to keep you here forever, but I saw you in the chat and I thought what a pleasure it would be to have you up.
No, yeah. I actually just woke up a little bit ago and I saw you and I was like, oh shit. Because I've just been kind of staying to myself. I've been handling a lot. Trying to figure out things with my girl. She's like out of country right now. We spent like 3 months together. And even after that, I was like, I thought we were going to be like, all right, I'm fucking tired of you. You can go now. But it was like, no. I was like, you did not want to leave. And so we're trying to figure things out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
it's super early there for you,
we
right?
met. It was a match made in hell. We actually met each other through the spirits. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I say I believe you, because we legitimately met. She had a dream. Lucifer gave her a fucking dream, dude. Before we met, I found that out afterwards. And like when I told her about Lilith and all of that, she's like, I always thought about working with her and I wasn't sure. And and we started talking about all these different things. And then she found out like, she was probably actually with her when she was younger, didn't even fucking know it. And that's a whole other story for another day. But yeah, man, for sure. And it was crazy, Frank, because like the last relationship I was in was like 7 years long, man. And after that ended, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna fucking be with anybody, man. Like, I think I'm just gonna kind of stay to myself.
Go solo.
Right?
Solitary practitioner.
And then we just kind of just have some fun, And I was like, I don't feel like I'm gonna date anybody, And then we just kind of met, and we were just like friends. It was very professional. We talked, we just like bonded on the occult and shit, and that was pretty much it, And it was actually very much the opposite. Where it was almost like, I don't want to say like
what we think our plans are for in this world don't necessarily coincide with what the Dark Mother has in store for us, right?
Right. Well, yeah. Well, no, that's for sure. And I basically got the confirmation, like, hey, like, yeah, you should you guys should definitely pursue this, because essentially what happened is my last girl, she abandoned the path is what happened. And
that happens.
Yeah, she was, and I had somebody that I spoke to who was like a high priestess of Lilith, and she told me essentially that was it. And I can literally show you a fucking correspondence I had with her. And she said, hey, don't worry about it. They're going to be intervening. And you're going to find somebody. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not even really thinking about it. And some more to be. It's like, what the fuck? But
right, yeah,
but
just always keep working on yourself.
But
oftentimes we attract our level, and my gal did the same thing.
She's the sweetest, man, and we both were, just kind of like, we're not really like looking for anyone in particular. We're just trying to, better ourselves and just find some kind of camaraderie, and You know, and that's the thing. Like people are like, well, why is everything so terrible? Why you hear people like dooming and all this, you know,
Oh,
and all the
constantly.
time.
It's just
And
it's
I'm just like,
madness. Yeah.
right, yeah. And I'm like, do you believe in God? Like y'all talk about God all the time, you know?
And it's so
And
obvious
it's
that they don't, right? They constantly
right.
talk about God and they have zero faith in spirit. It fucking drives me nuts.
And yet we're occultists, right? And we're supposedly like gonna go to hell because we're
Yeah, we're
occultists.
we're the bad guys believing in spirit, right?
And
And
yet we
trying
have
and
like all
penetrating
this
beyond.
love being attracted to us, you know, without
Yeah.
even
And
trying.
we never lord it over them or try to dominate them with our dogma, right? But at the same
No.
time, it's always the opposite. It's so fucking
Yeah.
obvious and overt the way that like Team Evil's out there working. Right?
Yeah.
Praise Jesus. It's like, you liar. You absolute liar.
Yeah. And I tell them, I say, look, you attract what you are, man. Not what you believe, but what you are. You know, you got to change the way you perceive reality and the way you perceive others, the way
That's
you
right.
perceive
And they think
yourself.
there's some salvation coming for them at the time of death. You're going to be exactly where you are when you die, man. Ain't nothing going to change. You think you're just
Right.
suddenly going to be led into heaven and become a good person? Ain't going to fucking happen. Your level's going
Oh,
to be your level. You know, they ain't
exactly.
figured that shit out yet. They're fucking living in the dark, lying to themselves.
Stem sorrow all over again, man. Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad because I mean some I don't care, but there are a few that I really do feel sorry for, and I want good for them,
Yeah. Oh.
you know.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
they look at me and they're just like, "Oh, you talk to Lilith," blah, blah, blah. And it's just like y'all don't
Yeah,
understand.
like I had one beloved sister from my family that I had a really close relationship with, and she's very, religitard, mainstream, every Sunday, and they're singing and shit. And so I went to visit her in like 2017, and I had with me like a grimoire. I can't even remember which one it was. Maybe it was a Koesha or the Megaton or something. And I was just kind of looking at it, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're doing sorcery?" And I'm like, "No, I'm studying Solomonic magic. I want to learn more about King Solomon, and the building of the first temple and stuff." And after that visit, like I told her that, I love God and I'm worshiping God in my own way and all of this. And after that visit, she cut off communications with me entirely. I was like, some kind of Christian you are, right? You're just exactly what a Christian is.
Yeah, it's mad, man.
Yeah, they just don't get it. They see a satanic Bible and suddenly you're evil.
It never occurs to them that maybe Satan is inside.
Yeah, that's right. In the Fathomless Cavern with you, lurking.
They're
And that they're a
looking
lot more.
yeah, they're looking everywhere but
Yeah,
within.
yeah, and they're a lot more devilish than they know.
Right.
And and the cruelty is the hard part, right? Because they become very cruel and insincere in their words, and it hurts. And they don't know how much it hurts their own spirit and other spirits to express that type of negativity into the world. Like it's really bad, man. They don't get it. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to be kind and loving. They don't even know the first thing about Christ, and yet they claim to worship him and believe in him. It's like, you don't even know him. How are you going to do all that?
It's an idol. It's not really a true spiritual relationship.
That's what it is. They've externalized it in idolatry. They're engaging in idolatry, many of them. But yeah, it is what it is. We can see it clear as day. They can't, and they never will. Or most of them never will. Some may. Some may be
Yeah,
swayed at some point.
I hope so because I think a few are genuine. You
Yeah.
know,
But
there are other.
the truth is, most aren't. Like, you came into
No,
this world. I have
no, most
sincere
aren't.
faith that you came into this world already looking for and seeking and seeing, right?
Oh yeah,
So it didn't take you much. Like, I mean, you did the work to gather all of the parameters and paradigms that have built up your understanding of it, but you saw it from day one and you didn't give it
yes.
up. You didn't let them poison it out of you, with their indoctrination and their
Oh, they
their
tried
rigid
so hard.
codes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you
Oh yeah.
suffered. You were crucified for it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
for
know,
damn sure. Yeah, yeah.
you
Yeah,
had to walk the narrow path, as they call it.
yeah. Yup, and I went through hell.
And it's rare too. It's rare to be among people of genuine spiritual cultivation that have, gone along that path and understand it. Like there's so few and far between, man.
Yeah. Well, I went through hell when I was growing up, man. I wasn't sheltered, you know? I had a crazy fucking life. But like, usually when people talk about that, it's like, woe is me, you know? For me, it's like, no, I'm thankful. Thank God. Thank God I suffered, man. I fucking suffered.
Yeah, and
I went through
you
hell
got to
and
see
back.
that.
But I'm
Yeah, the
fucking
grim
here.
fandango.
I'm here.
Yeah, you had front row tickets to the fucking experience.
Yeah, dude. That's what Lucifer represents. Going into the darkness to bring the light. That's what it is. When Jesus went into hell and stole the keys, and he says, Hades, where is your fucking sting, motherfucker? What now, bitch? Like, basically, you know?
Yeah, true facts. You
That's
got
what
you
it
got to get
is.
pushed to the point.
You have to,
Pushed to the point where you have to challenge God directly.
know? And that's what everyone's pointing at the fucking Illuminati or the Jews or wherever the fuck else. It's like, dude, look, one of my best friends to this day, okay, Charlie Milik, okay, was a fucking Italian Jew. Shut the fuck up about the goddamn Jews. We went through
Yeah, they
hell
always shitting
together,
on us J
literally.
dogs.
We literally went through hell together. Had to
Right. We
fight
don't like no
people,
motherfucking Joe.
fight people with bats and shit, dude, in the street, like for real.
Well, even the so-called only begotten Son of God, what did they say? Crucify him!
Yeah.
They've been crucifying Jews since day one, man.
With one voice, man. With one voice, it says. That
But
means there
yeah,
was not
the voice.
one person who thought otherwise. In unison.
That's right. They were
Do you want a
legion.
murderer, a known murderer, liar, and thief, or the truth and the light? That's one hell of a parable, man.
Yeah, they're the ones that represented the synagogue of Satan, and they are the true deceivers, right? And now they have a lot of power in this world, man. They do.
By
They
their
really
fruits,
do.
you shall know them. Look at the fucking church, man. What is the fruitage of the church? What is the fruitage of these Sabbateans? You know, what do they do? What they got their $1 million mansions and Rolexes and fucking jets and shit. You know,
That's right.
and they're touching kids and
Hanging out
like,
on the
dude,
islands and keeping open air prisons filled with suffering souls. Yeah, it's a dark game, man. But it's not all bad, and we have a pathway. I mean, ultimately, we're leveling up, and we're going to be where we're at.
And that's another thing to keep in mind is I tell people, like, all you hear is the negative for a reason. There's a lot of wonderful things that happen every single day that you don't hear about. Animals saving humans, humans saving animals, humans helping each other. They don't put that in the news, but it happens every day.
Yeah. Like I was working today. I work in a high school, and I do a AP language class, and I played a couple of videos, and I was talking about essays and stuff. And then I said, since it's the holiday season, I want to go through. I had like 8 to 10 students, and I was like, I want to know what you guys think about the solstice and like Yuletide, the birth of the so-called Christ and so on. And what do you know about it? What do you think about it? And as I went through the group, I said, and be honest, tell me whatever you want to tell me. And only 1 out of like 8 kids expressed like sincere, absolute faith in atheism. The other, so 90%, right? All the other ones said that they have a family member or someone maybe does Buddhism or Taoism, and they said they didn't know, that they're on the fence, and they need to gather more data before they're convinced one way or the other, which is very reassuring to me, because this is an atheistic country. And their main doctrine is atheism here. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah,
So
definitely.
that was a hopeful experience. And then each one, I said, well, have you ever experienced anything out of the ordinary, anything paranormal, synchronicity or this type of thing? And I explained it to them, right? And each and every one, except for the guy who said he was an atheist, every single one of them had a little story to tell, about something that's happened. And they got excited. You could tell. Each time one of the kids told their story, they got really excited about it. You could see the divine light returning to their eyes,
Yeah, yeah, because you have to beat it out of people, man. You see this
do.
Professor Zhang on YouTube?
No, tell me.
Oh, he's awesome. He's a Chinese he's a Chinese professor who went way outside the mainstream, and he has a channel called Predictive History. I really suggest you check it out. The dude
Okay,
is
I will. I'll write it
dropping
down.
all kinds of knowledge. He's been dropping all kinds of knowledge about history, about like how they pulled us away from like looking at reality from like a more intuitive magical perspective, and just like how we've been manipulated our perception and all that. And he gets into this, how ridiculous, basically how toothless atheism really is, and how it had to be beaten, the spirituality had to be beaten out of us, and that's just the truth, man. Like most people have had experiences,
That's right. Yeah,
and
the
children
Bible
especially
thumpers
do. Then they're
they use the
told.
Bible to beat God out of you. They beat you over the head with it. Did you say the name of the channel is Predictive History by
Yeah,
Professor
they
Gene?
use religion to destroy God. Yeah, that channel, and I would also highly recommend Library of the Untold. Those are like two of my favorite channels right now, for real.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check
And
out both. Library of the Untold.
we have similar interests, so I think you'll really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Like I know that you also listen to Esoterica a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dr. Justin Sledge.
Yep, and Angela Puka.
Ooh, Angela Pupa. Ooh, I've sent her direct messages, and she's responded to them.
Yeah.
Because I think she's cute. She looks a lot like my wife, kind of like a smaller, kind of plump type girl. And
She's
I told
Italian.
her, I said, I think
Interesting.
Yeah, she is. I told her I thought she was super hot, and she's like, "Thank you,
Yes.
that's so nice of you."
She is. She's a witch too, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm coming over to Rome, pay you a visit. She's like, bring it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good magic. And it's good that people like that can reach out and get such big audiences these days because, she has a very professional presentation, which is, it's important for YouTube.
Yeah, and they respect each other a lot, and that's really good to see nowadays because, there's always been a lot of infighting in magical, communities and shit. So it's good to see that that is still,
especially with a guy like Dr. Justin Sledge, because he's admitted that he just studies it. He's never practiced magics. He's never had a paranormal experience. He's never encountered any kind of God energy. He's just totally a scholar and an academician. Whereas Dr. Angela, he's open to it. That's right. And I think he knows. Yeah, I think he knows a little more than he's claimed.
I think so too. He did like a 20-part series on like the Merkaba mysticism, and if you see how deep he gets into that shit, like it's kind of hard to believe he hasn't like experimented a little bit to know that much.
Well, yeah, and I've seen him drunk on some of his live streams drinking absinthe, and so I know he's up to a little something.
Yeah,
but he presents a very clean and professional image for YouTube, which he's growing a big channel. He's one of the biggest channels on the subject.
Oh yeah.
Which is something, that's something because there aren't that many people doing it the way he's doing it and making it accessible to even the layman, in a Western world that would be interested in that type of thing.
Yeah, because a lot of these orders are not even orders anymore. They've become pilfers. After Crowley and the Golden Dawn and the original OTO and all that was done and over, man. Everyone just kind of became vultures,
Yeah, a lot of
so
them did.
it's
There's some good ones out there still though. Like what was the Runyon? No, Peter J.
Poke
Carroll.
Runyon. Yeah.
Yeah, Poke Runyon. Did you see Poke Runyon at the premiere of American Magic? Do you know there's a new movie coming out, American Magic, with a K?
No.
No, I didn't
Oh.
know either. I saw Poke Runyon in full wizard robes in Hollywood at the premiere of it like 2 days ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. He said he hadn't seen the movie yet, but he's heard good things about it. So we definitely need to watch that one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, I did not know that.
I mean, it's going to be some mainstream Hollywood stuff, but it's called American Magic and it's spelled with a K. So it'll be of interest. And Poke Runyon was there, and there were a bunch of dudes there. Like I saw some other people in the background, but his whole thing was only like 2-3 minutes long. And they're like, one of the main questions was why should anybody practice magic? And what do you think about the Golden Dawn and stuff like that? And he said Golden Dawn's old fashioned. OTA, his temple, the Order Temple Astarte. He said it's more passionate, it's more fun, it's more theatric. And they're like, well, why should people do magic? And he said, because it's fun and it works. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
really cool, man.
Yeah. Magic is
So
like the
good.
longest acid trip.
Yeah, it's once you buy the ticket and take the ride, you're permanently there. As long as you don't regress too much and get deviated, and because the world ain't gonna stop trying to close people's eyes to the truth, so it's a tough game. We got to keep hard at it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The world needs to be re-enchanted for sure. That's and the biggest thing also is and part of the Telestic message is that the supernatural is the natural. All magic manifests through the natural. Really.
Yeah, and it's just that language spelling, that magical incantation for them trying to hide it from us and calling it the supernatural, right? To try to
Yes.
hide it from the everyday average individual. Even the great magician Christ said, you too
Yeah.
can do these things and even greater if you so
Right.
have faith. And it shows how
Yeah.
few people actually have faith.
Ah. Yeah, and he says, "Ask and it shall be given."
Seek it, seek and ye shall find, knock and it
Right.
shall be opened unto you.
Right.
The basic
Exactly.
incantation.
Yeah, but he says you have to know that it's already done. That's legitimately
Right.
magical terminology. You can't
Yeah, I've got
wonder
some,
is it gonna work. It's like a wishing well.
Yeah, I got some old banners I made for it, like this one. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it will be opened unto you. Right? It's right. It's in the very first word. This is very classic Hebraic magic, right? ASK, ask, seek, knock, right?
Mhm.
Very subtle incanting. That's who's the guy? Austin Osman Spare that made
Yes.
you reduce everything to a single acronym like that.
He was genius.
So that's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. Another one, this comes from the Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor, right? Volantia, decreeism, and Possism. Yeah, the
Yes.
wizard's will or magical intent, the speaking of things into being, abrahadabra, and then the Possism, the unperturbed. Like you said just a second ago, what was that? Just the receptive state, right? Allowing it to come.
Yes. Yeah, it's knowing that it's already done. And that's what Jesus said.
That's right.
It's not
that's
like,
right,
please
that's how
God,
you said it.
please God, please. It's like, no, that's a lack of faith.
Yeah, that's
know?
interesting. I did an experimentation in telekinesis in another class. I had a new student and we started talking about like basic neuroscience, right? Like I was explaining the ideas of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, the cerebellum, this kind of thing. And we're just talking about, because I wanted to see how good his English was, right? And so I set a pin upright on the desk near him. And I said, if telekinesis is real, and I think that maybe it is real, I said, I should be able, if we're in a dream, because he was talking about Buddhism and being in the dream. I said, I should be able to knock that pin off the table with my will, right? And he said, yeah, but I don't think you can do it. And so I asked him, I said, well, why don't you nudge the table a little bit and see if it'll fall over. And so he nudged the table and it fell over. I said, there you go. I did it. I did it with my will. I asked you to do it, but it got done. And I said, how'd that pin got knocked over? I said, I did it because I set it there. You knocked it over, but everything was my magic. And I said, okay, now I said, you have to assert your will. I said, do you want the pin to stay on the floor or do you want me to pick it up? He said, I think it should stay on the floor. The fucking janitor can pick it up. And I reached down and I grabbed it and I said, my will is more powerful than yours. I said, if you want to learn, the true ways of the Jedi, you got to take action and start doing it. Don't just, don't believe in it. Get to know it. Do the practice. So yeah, it was kind of a fun thing, right?
Now, one of the biggest things is when the magic, and this is what I tell the friends of mine who, and the mama taught me magic. No one else did. I was never initiated into anything by any human being. No order, no nothing. I was raised like evangelical Christian. So you can work that one out. I had a destiny.
Yeah.
I had a destiny with mama. And it was very trippy, to be honest with you, because when I was younger, I had like all these paranormal experiences. Some of them kind of dark, actually, at the time because I didn't understand them. But like the first time I ever called Lilith, there was such a familiarity that it honestly shocked me. I went from like not knowing what the hell I was saying to all of a sudden I'm speaking to her like in past tense. There was this familiarity and ideation, this mental ideation. Like I'd spoken to her a million times, and she's like,
Right.
"You think it is you that is calling me, but it is I that have summoned you." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, my ego is like out of control. I went from like, "Are you the devil?" to like, we have things to talk about, And I'm like calling her by like all these ancient names and shit, like full like ceremonial style. And this is the first time I ever did a ritual like this. Like I had the sigil, I had the candles, lit, and all of a sudden it was just like I've done this 1,000,001 times. And
yeah, it was intrinsic.
that's how, yeah. And like, I just always knew, like, no one told me, like, if I'm gonna do a spell or I'm gonna call a spirit or something, like I need to put my all into it, like like you go into that like into ecstasy, and that's how it is. And like I tell people like that I've met, because I've met a lot of people too. That's a whole other thing. I've met a lot of people online and in the flesh through these workings. And I tell them, like, whatever it is you're doing, first off, you have to make sure you really want it. Second off, you have to know that it's done. And third off, you can't have any conflicting ideas when you're trying to do it, because you're gonna manifest whatever the hell it is, that's conflicting within you.
Right. And don't bite off more than you can chew, because you get what you wish for. And that's what I think more of the ceremonial aspects of practicing magic are about setting those parameters so you don't make too many mistakes.
Yeah.
Because you can hurt other people. You can destroy your entire family's fortune. You can destroy an entire nation. You could even set the world in total chaos. So you really do have to be careful,
Yeah. Yeah. But I just feel blessed because I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And yet somehow, like, it was just like, it was like coming home.
Like,
it was just like, whoa.
Yeah, the genetic code was guiding
nuts. You. Like, I think so. I'll show you the email that I got from this hyper. She actually died recently. That's probably why she's on my mind. She died like mysteriously.
Okay.
It's fucking weird. Yeah. It's weird.
I just had a buddy die mysteriously too at 49 years old. Really sent me for a loop, man. Yeah, like 2023. And he was jabbing up too. You know that everybody I know that jabbed up is dead now. I lost
Yeah,
5
me
family
too, man.
members and two best friends.
Bro, me too.
That's fucking crazy,
Isn't
bro.
it?
I mean, yeah, they fucked around and found out, man. I feel really bad, but like I lost like 4 people that were in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be dying like that. That shit ain't cute. They didn't believe it, you know. They fucking went their own way, and you know, and like you said, if you have faith in spirit at all, then it's not that big of a deal. It's like,
Right.
why do I mourn them? Because I want to be with them, but they're still here
Yes.
with me. And once
Yes.
the veil is gone, then it's not going to be a big deal. We all going to be partying.
Yeah, but it's crazy. She was known within the occult
Did you
community.
finish your story? What did you want to tell me?
Heavily. She was known heavily in the occult community. And, you know, she was going through a lot, but she was finally doing better. And then she just fucking vanishes. And then like one of her family members just like messages everybody and is like, she's dead. And her family member was like totally against the occult and shit. So it was all very
Wow.
strange. And everyone's like, is she even like, is this even true? Like, what's going on? You know?
Right.
And this is the same person who like.
When did that happen? Was that recently?
Yeah, this is like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month. I don't know. But
Oh
it's
wow,
wild.
very recent.
But yeah. So, but like this stuff like this happens all the time with me. Like I swear to God, like I'm here in this incarnation to learn to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
Somehow, the older we get, the more we got to say goodbye. It's a true fact.
It's
I mean,
rough,
more than
man.
half the dudes I went to high school with aren't here anymore. You know, and
rough.
another half of the ones that are still here wound up in prison. You know,
Right?
and
yeah,
you know,
it could have been me, man. That's what I think.
Yeah, you got to watch out. Keep practicing your magic, man. Stay the
Like,
fuck
God,
out of there,
man.
because those
I
dark
was
celestials, they're playing a bad game, man.
Dude, I was heading in the wrong direction, bro. Like I said, I was in a fucked up, you know, environment when I was growing up. I was around some hostile shit, you know. I'm Italian. You already said it, you know. So you put the fucking
Yeah.
puzzle pieces together, you know. And
Right.
I used to hang around hundreds of people, and I got to a point to where I could no longer identify with anybody. Like we would party and shit, but that was it. And I just got to a point to where like I'm sitting there like talking about like metaphysical shit, like I'm talking to you, you know, with everybody, and everyone's just like, "What are you dude? Just have fun, man. Just have fun." And I'm like, "Dude, you look at the fucking world around you, you know." And I was like, some of those other people that were like, "Do you see what's going on in the world right now?" You know, but I wasn't like dooming. I was just like, "Do you see? Like, why are they
Right.
blaspheming God on TV? Like, you know, like
Right.
when LARP does that, you know what I mean? But in a different way. Like, isn't this sick? Isn't this twisted?" And everyone's just like, "So what, man? Just drink your beer, bro." And I'm just like, dude, like, do you
Right.
see like the demoralization of the world? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, everyone's just kind of like, you know, who cares?
Smoke
And I'm just
another
like, this is
blunt.
fucked up, dude. I'm like, I can smoke a blunt. That's cool, man. But like, do you not see what's
Yeah.
going on here? Like, you know? And I just got to a point to where I could no longer identify with anybody anymore. And then that's when I started my magical practices. That's what happened. That, and I was trying to talk to people that were supposedly so close to fucking God. That's what happened.
Right.
That's how I went to the other side, so to speak. Because I was trying to talk to people that were so close to God. I'm talking to them about like Revelation and the end times and all that. And they're just like, yeah, well, you know, yeah.
Well, it happened. It happened to me too. I mean, it seems like here's an interesting thing, and I got this directly from Poke Runyon himself. I had studied Chinese Qigong for about 30 years, and I had kind of steered away from my study of magic, but I was still practicing, you know, and still praying and stuff like that. But when I reinvigorated my study of the Kabbalah about 15 years ago, and I was trying really hard just to do pathworking to move from Malkut into Yasad in a very effective way, like to be able to reproduce it routinely, like lucid dreaming, astral travel, these kinds of things.
Right.
And rather than going up the tree of life, I got pulled down into the Klippos. And it was dark, and like I went through all kinds of shells, and I described this to Poke Runyon when I met with him and I was getting initiation. And he later on, when everybody was
Oh, you met
gathered
him?
around, yeah, I went to his house, bro. I stayed at
Oh,
his
that's
house for like
dope.
3 days. Yeah. I went and I
Oh,
got
that's
initiated
dope.
into the OTA in 2019, and I stayed at his house. And other people came forward, like high alkalites in his tradition, and they're like, "What about this guy?" You know, so on and so forth, asking questions and stuff. And Poke Runyon, he said this directly. He said, "This guy is self-initiated. He's done it. He's done the work. He's seen it. He's here with us." Yeah, he was like, he gave me full credit. And I was so happy that I got to share that story with him because it was really gnarly, man. Like, yeah, it's legit. It really works.
Yeah.
And finally, I got up out of the clip oath, and I
where I
received
am.
initiation. Yeah,
That's
it
where I
happens.
am. That's what
And
I've been working through. Yeah, for a while now. People think they can just like speed through that, and they're delusional.
Hey, we got another we got
been like
another
2 years,
visitor in the
man.
back. We got another visitor in the back. Are you familiar with Hanko Flamia?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring him up.
I've been on his show before, and I think he's been on my show.
Okay,
Yeah.
blessings. Welcome, Hank.
Yes, I joined and quit the OTO. I didn't complete my self-initiation. No, I'm not complete, but I'm still
Okay.
more powerful than
That's all
most
right.
of these. I'm more powerful than most of these fakers on the interwebs, so it's good enough.
Oh yeah, definitely. You still doing good, Magic. Yeah. Blessings, Hank. How are you? Merry Christmas, man. What the hell's going on? Twilight's here. Hank's here. We've got quite a gathering.
But freaking, I was moving boxes for Santa for the last couple months, so that's why they didn't see me around. So freaking annoying. They had more. I thought people were running out of money, but then they bought more stuff this year than last year.
Oh wow, you hanging out in Santa's workshop up at the North Pole, huh?
No, he
Hyperborean.
expanded his operations, so it's everywhere.
Yeah, he's worldwide. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been having quite a conversation. I don't know how much you've heard or how much you've tuned in, but we've been talking about, paranormal and spiritual experiences from our youth. What about you,
Yo.
Hank? You got anything you want to bring to the table, or are you just coming in to say hi?
Absolutely. I have a couple topas. One of them is from my youth. Then I picked up another one. I think I have more, but those are the two just primary ones I talk to every day. But somehow they're not featured prominently. I talk to my loop back, so I don't have them as puppets like some people. Hank and Elf.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Probably.
I don't know exactly. Hank, explain to me. Break it down for me. I had to go grab a bottle of water. My daughter had called to me a second ago, so I stepped away for a second. But I heard you. I don't know exactly what a tulpa is. Can you give me a little bit of a breakdown on that?
Yeah, it's like an egregore is. It's a class of egregore. The one that's just usually manifested by one or a small amount of people. Or if you don't know what an egregore is, it's think of an idol. Everyone knows what the idol is if they read the Bible, which they probably didn't. They're pretty much like psychic idols that you can focus your energy with.
So like theurgy.
Yes. But usually my paradigm is chaos, magical, or cybernetic.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Spirit servitors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's between a servitor and an egregore, basically.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay, awesome. Now, how did you said you had one from when you were young. Can you tell me a little bit about that story? Like how that happened?
I think it was like I'm not sure I'm being taken advantage of, but yeah, I think it was the sexual obsession over the Pokemon magician Nilly, and then she just stayed. I just have a copy. I modified her since I'm in control, but that's the origin of the first one.
Okay, interesting. How about the other one? Was that was later on in life?
Yep, that was like right before the lockdowns. I think that one's based on just Discordia and Rihia Katami. Um, she's she's different, but she's a manipulative bitch, so I don't give her too much power.
Okay. Yeah, that's good magic. And I believe you're somewhere in the Baltimore area as well, but both of you guys are East Coast, if I'm
Yeah,
correct. Is
I'm
that
in
right?
Pittsburgh, so close enough.
Pittsburgh.
East Coast.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we got beloved guru of Talcadia. He's in Baltimore. That's right. Right.
Yes, he's in Baltimore, and so is his friend Midlife Bro Logic.
Oh, midlife prologue. That's the dude he's staying with, right? He's basically like renting an apartment from him.
I don't think
if
he's
I'm
renting from him. They're
correct.
just in the same area. They just hang out.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, and Twilight's in Pennsylvania, and I'm not an East Coast boy, but I have lived on the East Coast. I lived in Boston for a couple of years, and I lived in Tennessee for a while, but I'm from LA, so I'm a West Coast boy. But I'm on the East Coast now, the far East. East Coast of China.
Oh yeah.
The Temple of the Grand Orient.
That's quite right.
Y'all know what's up.
Yup.
Yeah, this is it right here, man. This is my Christmas celebration. I'm here with you guys on Silent Night, oh holy night. And then I got a big day at Universal Studios tomorrow. And then I got to go back to work on Friday, and we're going to be having a Christmas party, doing the Secret Santa thing. It should be fun. What about you guys? You got plans for the holiday, Twilight?
Well, I should be with my girl right now, so
Yeah,
a little frustrated about that. But
I can imagine.
we're
Yeah.
working things out. Well, like I said, after 3 months, I thought we were going to be tired of each other, but no.
If nothing else, buy yourself a little something, a little Christmas present. Maybe get a little something extra if you can, and hand it to someone on the street or something.
Well, she's buying me shit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
We bought
nice.
each other stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's the sweetest. Because I worship Lucifer, so I bring hatred and pain and misery to my life.
Of course, right?
Because I'm far from
That's
God.
exactly how it works, right? But does that mean God brings hatred too, since he made Lucifer first? I don't understand how it works.
I mean, I don't know. It just seems like, if God hates me, he sure has an interesting way of showing it. Or no,
Yeah,
wait.
it's
Lucifer's
weird.
deceiving me, right? Pulling me away from God by giving me love, right? So Lucifer's deceiving me by giving
Yeah,
me love.
if God
I got it.
loved you,
I
he'll
got
treat
it.
you
I
bad
got
like
it.
Joe. If God loved you, he'll treat you bad like Joe. But if he hates you, he'll give you gifts.
So, like,
No.
when I was, like, literally going through hell and having, like, the darkest night of the soul, and I called Lilith, and she, like, fixed everything. Well, I mean, I did it, but she helped me, like, fix everything and face my shadows and go through all of this and Belial and all that. That was all a deception, right? Like,
Isn't that interesting? How when you were at your darkest point, that a goddess reached out to you. The exact same thing happened to me when I was going through my dark night of the soul, and I was literally only one time in my entire life that I've genuinely contemplated suicide. And I went down into my courtyard and I did a ritual, and I said, if you want to save me, give me a sign. And immediately a spirit whispered the name Astarte into my ear. And so I was like, all right, there it is there.
Yes.
And I went right
I have
back
a connection
upstairs
with
and
her
I started,
too.
I didn't even know who Astarte was. I went right back upstairs, jumped on the internet, and found Poke Runyon. And I was like, Church of Astarte, there you go. And that launched
Oh,
me
that's
on my
right.
path.
Yeah.
Back in
That is that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, she's the mother goddess. Lilith is basically the dark aspect of. Yeah. Like Lilith is like Sophia's shadow. Like they're very connected because she's Venus.
But
They're all Venus.
and it's so interesting too
Yep.
that they have this very masculine patriarchal Jehovah, but he doesn't come to save anybody when they're about to fucking take the leap.
Right. Well, because I mean, if you really look into it, Jehovah wasn't the original God of.
Yes, he had a daddy.
I go blind. I go deaf, blind, and dumb trying to explain this to people. Like, I mean, you're
It's simple.
Jewish.
Your God
You're
has a
Jewish.
daddy.
I think you would fucking know. Like the Israelites were polytheistic first, not the way around.
Yes, correct.
Right.
And if you read
Okay,
the Bible,
so,
it's clearly
you know,
polytheistic.
And then you know what happens when I say that? Oh, the Jews are lying. Oh my God. Dude.
I mean, read the Bible. There's more God in it.
Christianity was first. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh my! I hate that revisionist history.
Lord save you.
Them old J dogs.
Yeah.
What about you, Hank?
Jews are lying.
You got plans?
Yeah, my
What
sister's
about
doing
Hank?
her
You got
thing.
plans for the
Yeah, my sister's
for
doing
the
her
Christmas
thing,
thing?
and I have papers to push because I need to convert a corporation, so I have stuff to do. But I get a 2-day weekend now instead of 1 day like I did during peak, which is very annoying. I think I was starting to fall over. Yes, so I need 5 steps.
Yeah.
Doctor's appointment 2, so I have stuff to do.
But
Yeah, it's good fun. They're giving us go ahead.
It was El and Asherah and Baal and all that. Yahweh was a
Baal and
lesser
Astarte,
deity.
right? El and
Right.
Asherah and Baal
Storm
and Astarte.
deity.
Yeah.
Volcano deity.
Yahweh was a lesser deity.
They
He was
got
a lesser god.
promotion. They got promotion somehow.
And even Esoterica breaks it down.
He usurped the throne.
Even Esoterica breaks it down. It was only with Hezekiah and Josiah. And I show people like they're lying. I'm like, oh my, okay, man.
Of course, they're lying.
It's the Catholic Church that turned all the old gods into demons.
Yes.
Well, not all of them. Some of them got turned into angels.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
And some of them got turned into saints as well, right?
Yeah, so they can still say it's monotheistic, but it fucking.
Well, to explain Shemos then, it says explicitly that it's a god, a rival god. Then you're polytheistic. It's in the Bible.
They open their eyes and they shall be as gods. Plural.
Yeah, that's in the Bible as well.
Elohim is plural. And it means gods and goddesses in Hebrew. I studied Hebrew when I was first started magic because I started with white magic. So I know this, and I try to tell people, they're just, no.
No, you're wrong, Paulie. God is just queer.
It's crazy.
Well, it seems to be that it requires like a high priestess, a truly feminine, one of the archetypes or archons or aeons has to initiate you in order for you somehow, like, you know, it seems like there has to be a spiritual initiation in order to be able to see it and for it to start to work really good. I mean, it'll work anyway, but you get a new level when you level up with that, when you meet the Dark Mother and she comes to you.
I saw the Bible from a totally different perspective once I got out of. I mean, I never was religious in the tradition. Like, I don't think it was a day that I was ever religious. Really, I always saw Jesus as like some mystic that was way over people's fucking heads. Even as a kid, I would look at people in church and I was like, "What the fuck are you all dancing around?" I'm like, "This is like a mockery." I'm like, look, if you're gonna make music, like, try harder, you know.
Yeah, so usually
they would be playing like gospel music. I'm like, listen to Creed.
Yeah, gospel music
is dead in my soul. I have blame reasons for my intentions. I'm like, yo, dude, like he's putting some fucking soul into this. Like, oh, yes, I'm the one who. Yeah, I used to be a mental vocalist. Anyways, I'm not gonna go on that.
Yeah, gospel music.
I mean, I was drink one time while I look at karaoke or some shit.
I always enjoyed some Glenn Danzig. Mother.
Yeah.
Tell those motherfuckers not to walk my way, right?
Yeah. No, but seriously, I'm like, look, if you're gonna play music for God, like, fucking, why does the devil have all the good music? Like, come on, man. Like, put some effort.
Right. Something, or they'll kill himself.
Yeah, don't go too far. You're gonna piss them all. They're gonna crucify you.
You
So
know?
Hank, yeah, you've been out of the scene for a while, man. I haven't seen you over at Chats with Jack in a long, long time. And Twilight, I don't think you've ever come over to old
He's
Chats
been
with
there.
Jack, have you? Have you been there?
I saw him there once.
Wow, what a thing!
I think,
That's it.
yeah. Well, because I usually stay to myself. You know.
Yeah,
unless
I've
I was-
noticed that, and so that's why blessings. You know,
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
place I've ever seen you really come up is like on TML.
Well,
And so
to be
blessings
honest,
that you
dude,
came
I
here
didn't even know
tonight,
you
man.
had
I
a
really
fucking
appreciate it.
channel until recently. So that's that.
Okay.
That's the reason for that one.
I think I've seen yours go live a few times, but I'm usually at work. Like you guys will always be live when I'm at the fucking office, man. I can listen, but I can't like interact at all. I can't chat or jump up on panel or nothing.
Well, I've been absent for a while though. I needed a break because
It seems like you have. Yeah, you and Hank both. You guys have been quiet recently.
yeah, I've been handling a lot in real life. But yeah, no, like I said,
Twist and grind.
I keep a small circle, you know. And
Yeah, tight ship. Yeah, you got to. Otherwise, it just turns into chaos and madness.
I have too much fun, you know, with conversation like this, man. I just don't have the time for. If people want to be entertained by drama, that's fine. I'm not. Like not one bit.
Right.
So I just
It's a waste of time and energy.
Right. I enjoy the conversations that me and Muhammad have. You know, like we've had conversations alone,
Right.
just like for hours and shit. Like we've had some
I enjoy
profound
listening to it
conversations.
too.
We've had some profound conversations. You know, and I'm all for that shit.
And it's funny. It's funny too when like some of the characters start chiming in and fighting back and forth a little bit. Like Avian Buddha, he likes to get a little bit of a drink on, and
I like him though. I
Start-
like Avian though.
I do too. I'm not. I
He's
got
like the
nothing against
one
him.
person
Not at
that like gets a little out there, but he is actually cool.
all.
He just gets a little fucking
And he's
misdirected sometimes.
dialed in on his shit. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's dialed
totally
in.
misdirected in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's a
He's way
smart
off
dude.
in left field, but yeah, no, he is. I agree.
He's a smart dude. He just wants to. He wants humanity to go extinct, and for animals to like achieve symbolic reference because we're like a failed fucking experiment essentially.
But he forgot humans are animals.
Well,
Yeah, I've heard him say some crazy shit. Which
Yeah,
just fucking
yeah.
blew my mind. I was like,
I just think
I was like,
he's
that's a
going
little
through a
bit-
serious dark night of the soul, man. He's like I've been trying to like talk to him.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've been
let's
trying
not
to
go
talk
more
to him
video
as a
games.
I've been trying to talk to him as a friend, to be honest. Like we've actually talked like
And
individually.
honestly, I found a lot of people that study Buddhism can't handle it, and they go into like the wrong direction of nihilism.
I was just about
pessimism,
to
and
say that. Yeah.
It
I was like,
seems
bro,
to be
why
a
don't you fucking
tendency,
meditate?
honestly.
Like what? You're supposed to be at peace with the world. Like what? You sound like a Satanist.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm not saying that's a bad
It's
thing. I'm
weird.
saying like maybe you. I was
No,
actually
no,
literally
no.
just telling him that. I was like, dude, I think you have like a satanic, essence to you. And he's like, no, don't say that.
It's
Don't
a
say that. I'm like, no,
part
no,
of
no, 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 no. Just hear me out.
I think
Like,
Hear me out.
I think he'll grow
Join
through
the
it.
dark
And,
side.
I'm like, explore
On the
that.
dark side, David.
Don't
Buddha.
deny it. Don't deny it. Don't like, pretend it isn't there. I said, explore it, integrate it.
Man, fuck
know?
those Jedi.
There's a lot of good folks there that they run a tight ship. There's Mohammed, Master Kong, and then Reddington. He's a fun guy.
Oh, right, this is
And
awesome.
yeah,
Reddington's good people.
lots of others that show up. There's that Australian guy. I forget his name. DK.
When he's like just a little drunk and not shit faced, he's cool.
Motherfucking yeah,
we've
DK
had some
bringing the
funny-ass
fire. I love
conversations.
that guy. I would have whiskey drinks with DK and get into a fist fight.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hyperborean. I like Hyperborean
There
a
would be
lot.
no way
I like
around it.
Hyperborean too.
Hyperborean, Avian, Zephyr, Red's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah, really.
I've
good
never had
people.
any
Creek
issues.
Mary as well.
Yeah, I haven't really talked
I forgot
to
to
her
say
much,
hello to Creek.
but
Okay, yeah, she's a featherhead, man. She's a Native American, savage, redskin.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, she'd be running around at powwows, puffing on a peace pipe, throwing her
My
fucking
grandmother,
tomahawks.
my
You better
grandmother
watch.
was
Yeah, you better
Ojibwa.
watch the fuck out. She'll fucking scalp your ass, man.
My grandmother is Ojibwa, so I know on my mom's side.
Yeah, it's good magic. Okay, yeah, on my mother, that's crazy, man. How many synchronicities there are between us. On my
Right?
mother's side, there's a grandma that's Blackfoot, and I got a
Oh, really?
sister that's 50% Blackfoot. Yeah, my mom's
Yeah.
first child, my mother's first child was Blackfoot Indian, man.
Oh, really?
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so I grew up with a featherhead. I know how fucking crazy they are. Don't put no whiskey in a featherhead, baby. Somebody gonna get scalped. And they got shamanistic magic that's super powerful too.
Yes.
It's in their blood.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder. I've always had an affinity with the earth. You know. So
Uncle
everyone's always
Flemia, he knows all about the Blackfoot.
Right.
Motherfucker, Hank's a genuine Blackfoot.
Yes.
It's good magic. What were you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What was I saying?
Oh,
Damn you, Frank.
oh
No,
yeah,
I'm
about your grandmother.
Oh, yeah. She's
But-
she was Ojibwa. Ojibwa, yes.
I thought I would make
awesome.
my presence known.
Hey.
Yeah,
nice
good to
meet
see you.
Hey.
Hello, Mary.
So
Nice
Twilight,
to meet
Hey,
you.
Frank.
you've never
Hey,
met
hey.
Mary?
Who hasn't?
You've never met Twilight, Creek Mary? I don't think
I
Twilight
have seen
has.
them. I have heard them.
We've definitely
Hey.
spoken in chat.
Yeah.
I talked
Okay.
to Mary before.
Yeah. You know, we've been here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
magic. We have an eclectic collection of shamanistic magicians here right now. Hank, Twilight,
Yeah.
Creek Mary. It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
Well, I was just talking about that with my sister a while ago. Medicine and this sort of thing. You know, because that's a word from witchcraft, or
Yes.
well, not necessarily witchcraft.
I would make the argument.
Supernatural ability, because
Mhm.
it's the ability itself is neutral. It's what you
Yes.
do with it and your intention. And we were talking about that, and I mean, it happens around here all the time. I have all kinds of stories. I mean, it's just every day.
Mhm.
I mean, for real, every day.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and it happens out here all the time. And I try to tell people that the old religion before there was Christians is still active here. It brought it up. They brought it over with the Trail of Tears, and it's still active here, along with the Christianity. And they merged, sort of, kind of halfway.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, even till today, the medicine men at the stomp grounds or the ceremonial grounds, either the medicine man or the not really the chief, he's like the head of the grounds, they call him a Miko. Usually one of them is a pastor of a church, and the churches are usually right next to the ceremonial grounds, and they usually share a name. Like
Oh,
there's
that's
a
dope.
Greenleaf Church, and there's a Greenleaf Ceremonial Grounds. There's Nuyaka Church, Nuyaka Ceremonial Grounds. You know, so a lot of carryover. So
Yeah.
that's why I tell people that now that I am an adult, I realize that I'm probably not really a Christian.
Well,
I know.
well, what's
it.
crazy is a lot of people don't. Let me say one thing real quick before I forget, because I was
Yeah.
going to say this earlier and I forgot, and you just reminded me. This is really cool. Synchronicities. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't realize that the version of Christianity that we have today is only a couple centuries old. If you actually go back, there were more mystical forms.
Yeah.
And if you go way far back, there are some incredibly mystical forms. So there were like spiritualist, mystical, and if you get into the Gnostic, especially, like I have texts where Jesus is literally talking about Mother Earth. No joke. and like lighting incense. Jesus is doing this.
Yeah. I think a lot of people misinterpret Jesus. You know what? I can't really say
Yes.
this kind of crap because, like I joked that I would have been burned at the stake for what I think.
Oh, for
But
sure.
so, yeah, but the thing is, like I said, the medicine men from the ceremonial grounds from the old religion, a lot of times were the pastors in the churches too at the same time.
Yeah.
And, some people started trying to, frown on that, say you shouldn't be coming to church Sunday morning smelling of smoke from Saturday at the ceremonial ground, stomp ground. Yeah, so people started kind of looking down on it. But
yeah, they always looking down their nose at everyone. Real quick, guys, I hate to interrupt, but we've got Cage in the back. Are you guys all familiar with Cage?
Yes.
Yep.
Turkey.
Yeah. He fit in all right. It's good magic. I'll bring him on up. And then go ahead and continue, Mary. Cage, welcome. Mary's telling us about the church.
So their presentation of God was not what I found at the First Baptist Church in town. And I was shocked at the First Baptist Church in town because what they presented, and this is just how we grew up, because I grew up out in the middle of nowhere and I never saw anybody but my family except when we went to church. So this is how I grew up. But you talk straight to God, and the name for God is the one who gives the breath of life. That's a big long word, Hisagidamasi, and that's what it translates as. And so that's how they would pray, Hisagidamasi, to the one that gives you the breath of life. So you talk straight to God, and that's just kind of how it is. You and God, you talk. And there are all sorts of other little rules and
no
things,
intermediary necessary.
Not even Jesus. Not even Jesus comes between me and God.
Well, Jesus
right.
was
Don't
never
let the
supposed
haters
to
hear
be an
that.
intermediary.
Oh,
He was
I know.
supposed
That's
to be
why
an
I
example. Yeah. No,
Well, that's one of
I
the things, one of the rabbit holes I've found. Because to me, that's what I was shocked when I start going to. Oh God, I can't say. When I started going to town, to the white church in town, I will go ahead and say it. To the white church in town. And I was just shocked at how people acted. And when they started praying to Jesus, because they pray to Jesus, they don't talk to God.
Right.
They pray to Jesus. I was shocked because I consider that to be idolatry. Because nothing comes between you and God. And so that's why I kind of kept my mouth shut a whole lot. But yeah, that's what I feel, and that's what I think. Nothing comes between you and God, and not even Jesus. And the church that puts Jesus between you and God is the same church that put that veil between you and God, and only the high priest could go back there. You had to pass a message along to the high priest. You couldn't go talk to God until that veil was rent, and you can talk to God straight now. Just like everybody
I'll
else
tell you an
used to.
interesting
And that's
story.
exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, and to give you guys some confirmation for this, just a little anecdotal thing. I was like, when I was in the Dark Night of the Stall, and this is before Astarte had responded to me, I had an encounter with what I call the three amigos, which basically like three gray aliens. And it was pretty dire. Like I didn't totally understand what was going on. And so I cried out. And the first thing that came to mind was I cried out in the name of Jesus to disperse them, from my room. And they laughed at me. And they said that they said that God in your name have no power over us. And I said, really? And so I sunk back down into my core a little bit, and I started to vibrate Yod Hey Val Hey. And when I got from Yod to Hey, yeah, they disintegrated. They immediately, like I could see the fear in their eyes. And I was like, oh, that's so funny.
Welcome back, everybody. Were you on mushrooms
back,
or something, Frank? Were you on like a high dose of mushrooms or something?
Cage is on the level. No, that was after like 13 years of sobriety. Yeah, 13 years of sobriety. Welcome back, Cage. Mr. Welcome back. How the hell are you? Show me your owl, man. You here on the level?
Or get in the other room.
You on the level? No, you don't have to. I'm just playing with you.
You've asked for it a while.
Blessings. Everybody knows Cage, right? You know everybody here, Cage?
Yes.
Creek Mary, I don't think I've talked to her before.
No,
I've seen her in the chat.
directly.
I've seen her in the chat for years now. Hank, yeah, I've talked to
And
Hank.
I listen
wow.
to
Mr.
you.
Twilight. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see you. I hear you. I listen to you.
Well, big deal. How's Creek Mary? You got plans for the holidays? Merry Christmas to you. We three kings of
I'm
Orient are
not.
bearing
No, I'm
gifts
not
we
doing
traverse
anything.
afar.
I
No.
did brag that I was going to maybe cook a ham, but that was probably just brag, I think. So far, it's just
Well-
brag.
And I don't want Brent to get us wrong. I think that he's right here. That belief in Jesus and God
What-
as
who
God
is
in the
he-
flesh, that it's not a problem. I can agree with that.
You're into that Lovecraftian kind of stuff, Frank? Where we got Cthulhu in the background now? I just
Yeah,
noticed
you
it
know
there.
that my main prayer is all hail the Father Dagon, all hail the Mother Hydra, the stars align, the trapezohedron emerges, and Cthulhu is risen.
I just say,
Back to the
God,
welcome.
hey.
I wrote an invocation that actually brings together Lucifer, Lilith, Sophia, and Christ, which, you know, is
Okay.
completely blasphemous, but I think it's very powerful myself.
Yeah, it's
Oh
good
my
magic,
God.
man. I mean,
Well, that's the
Well,
thing, Frank,
I'm the-
is I'm starting my own, I'm actually creating my own system currently. Because
yeah,
I'm
I'm self-appointed
So what is
Grand
it?
wizard
What is
of
it?
the
Self-appointed.
esoteric order of
So what is it?
Dagon.
It's a bunch of hodgepodge of Hellenic, Masonic,
Syncretism. Syncretism.
syncretism,
Synthesis.
chaos magic.
Well,
What? It's just a mixture of everything.
the strongest magic is your own.
Yes.
That's a
That's
fact.
the thought.
And so,
Individual thought. Let's roll the dice and stuff and see if we can get it right. Like,
Because
I showed
these-
people to that. They got it. The buddy got it right 9 times in a row. You know what the odds of that are? You might as well win the lottery.
Well, here's the thing. That's a gambler's fallacy. So the dice rolls are
It's not
independent.
gambling. There is no gambling.
Yeah, dice rolls are independent, so it's really not really that big of a deal that happened 9 times in a row.
Actually, yeah,
So-
it is. Do the math on it.
so
Yeah,
because
Cage, go ahead.
So because I've taken in so many different influences, as you know, Frank, I've decided that there's no point in me doing other people's magic, you know? And I thought about this for a while, but I didn't actually think I could do it. But I got the inspiration, and now also the motivation from others to just do it. And so I am. And so I'm actually writing a codex right now, book / grimoire. So I'm excited about that. It's really kind
Yeah,
of
that's excellent.
what's happening.
It is exciting.
Yeah. So there's an invocation. If you want, I can share it with you.
Yeah, share it with me privately. We need to get in contact, like, you know, off
Yeah.
of the platforms to
That's
some
what I'm
extent,
saying.
so we can coordinate.
Yes.
Yeah, if you put your email in the private chat, then do you do email at all, or you prefer Discords or what?
I'm on Discord. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is
Okay.
Discord,
Yeah, let's do the Discord thing.
Yeah, because with all the synchronicities we've had, I think that this will probably strike something in you. It'll be like another
I think so. I
lightning
think we can collaborate too. Like,
well,
you know,
well,
we
that's
may have
another
both
thing, yes.
uncovered similar things.
I
And
just
so,
started
yeah,
a
we could-
Substack like 2 days ago. See,
we
I've
could
always
share
kept
notes
to
and stuff to
myself.
correspond.
What's this whole Substack thing? I've been hearing about it. What is that exactly?
Yeah, I've heard about it too. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, it's
It's a blogging platform.
it's really cool.
So, anyways,
Substack is
rolling
awesome.
to answer Hank with the dice thing, which I should. This is a random person, and they grabbed their own dice out of nowhere and did it. Not even me. Like, you know, I know. You could try it right now if you want. So it's 1 in a 10,077,696.
Did you
1 in
verify
that.
the dice was actually random?
Yes, the dice is random, like because it was just a random occurrence. I've done this across the map multiple times with many people. So it's about a
Yeah, I saw that. Cage,
0.000000099% chance of that.
what does that mean exactly? What's going on with the dice? What's this stuff all about? And before we go too far afield, guys, let me give a little shout out to Snafu Snaps in the chat room, raising the optics to 11. Appreciate you being here, Snafu. Killer 96, good looking out, brother. Brent Edwards in the chitter chatter box. Appreciate y'all. You guys keep it squeaky clean out there in the chat box. All right, get some of that wishy-washy dish soap. Comes with a complimentary wishy-washy dishcloth. Good to keep them balls squeaky clean. And you can get a 20% discount coupon over at buymeacoffee.com.
What about the sponge?
So
we need a sponge.
you get the sponge too. No, the sponges ain't cheap, man.
Sponge costs
So Cage, that's right. You guys have to pay for the sponge. Cage, what are you telling us about this dice? What the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm so far behind.
Reality is malleable, and you can train. Anyone can do it, really. You know, through intent and focus.
Break it down, though. Break it down. What happened? There was
Isn't it
experiment
magical?
dice. 1 in 10 million. Percentage about.
Over 10 million. To roll a
Hank, you know what the
six-sided
fuck he's
dice.
talking about?
No, I'm just saying. Like, yeah, you can
No, I
project.
don't think he understands the math.
No, that's the correct math. It grows exponentially after every roll.
All right, and we got to address it while it's up here. Snafu Snaps is calling you out, Hank. He says that you're a Pfizer product, and I think to each his own, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And if you could survive that shit and make it this far into the future, then I think you're probably doing all right. Do you got a message for Snafu Snaps, Mr.
Yes, show us
O'Flania?
your doctorate degree. Show us your diagnosis
All right.
criteria. Snafu.
Right. Master Magician Hank O'Flamia, he's going to synthesize anything you throw at him, Snafu. So he ain't got no time for that happy horse shit.
Well, actually, my opinion is most people did not, because all those things are labeled, right? They almost have a barcode on them, so they can track data over time. And I don't think the health effects come all at once, and depends on the person's physiology. But I do think a lot of it was saline. I don't think it was the real. I don't think they're giving everybody the real dose.
Right. And like proteins and stuff, and every
Maybe you got lucky.
Like
you got the saline, Hank. You didn't got the real shit.
And we don't give any medical advice here. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they all stink. And like my dad used to say, there's an ass for every seat, but there isn't necessarily a seat for every ass, right? So,
what a donkey.
Snafu, there's always a seat up. There's always a seat up here for you on the panel, Snafu. You know we love you. But we have to learn to have conversations, right? We can't.
Oh no, Snafu was on my private thing, so I've actually armed him terribly because now we've done we figured out how to update his driver and get his real microphone working. So now it's gonna sound.
Have you guys been doing shows together?
Finally, come up when you hear your beautiful voice.
No, I don't do shows together. I do a private thing where I do a private. It's not even online really, but people join in the back. And we troubleshooted him through some tech support to get his mic going.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
So staff is going to be a problem now for real.
Let's hope he approves, because so far his talent is like, believe my old broken boots, pretty much. It's old garbage. So hope he's doing better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here and joining me, man. This is kind of a big deal. I think this is like the largest this panel here on the old Frank Monday channel has ever gotten. I think we had a 4 one time, a night with 4 folks.
Really? This is most you've had?
Yeah,
You
5
get one
people. It's
more.
kind of a big deal.
In the private thing, it's funny when you see who shows up in the private thing, because you get like 10 people on there. I'm like, what the fuck? But if I do it live, people don't really join. Yeah, it's weird. I think they like talking like non-live a lot of the time. And then you can talk about magic anything. And like you don't have to worry about
having Twilight here and Hank and Creek Mary and yourself as well, Cage. But Twilight's kind of a rare creature. I don't know if you guys know him or not. Did you say that you do know him? Hank, you said you know him, right?
Yeah, we've talked a lot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good magic.
He knows all about the esoteric arts and stuff.
That would be nice.
Didn't it used to be Son of Lilith? Twilight Son of Lilith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
He changes his name like every time. Maybe twice.
No, I just recently did. It was Lilith for a while. But
yeah, I think that's
when
I was talking to you, is Lilith or something.
but she knows who I am, and I know
Yeah.
who I am, and so
Yeah,
it was.
you kind of thought you're kind of
That's the
talking
important
shit.
thing.
You're kind of talking shit because somebody on the machine in Discord impersonated me and like dropped some fucked up links in there, and I went around messing
Well,
around for a while.
you
So
speak of the devil, and he doth appear. So if we can take just a 2-minute deviation, guys, I'm going to go ahead and run this reel one time because this is where I met. Well, I met Hank at Chats with Jack. Cage, I believe I met you there as well. Then Twilight, I met you on TML. And Creek Mary, I forget, where did we meet? We met with like Ricardo Sunshine. I think he brought you over.
No, I think it might have been through TML. And I know that you
Might have
have
been
been
TML as well.
Yeah, I met you on
007.
TML, Frick.
Mm-hmm.
And Creek, you said
TML and
Creek Mary, you
007.
007, that's right. Yeah, so shout out to
Mhm.
007 as well because he's holding down a good show. So real quick, guys, here's the TML ad. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I cut this one up, and I think he gives a really good breakdown of what he does 2-3 times a week over there at the Machine Lies. With no further ado, let me put it on stage.
Of the machine on the machine that lies. Basically, on the stream, The Machine Lies, we're taking a very critical look at technology. So the reason we're doing that is because we're looking at the medium that is used to communicate, right, and transmit information, right? We don't think that any form of mediation is neutral, right, but it's laden with values. And so I think that the well has been polluted by technology. So obviously we take a critical look at technology, right? We're looking at different concepts in relation to technology, right? In terms of philosophy, right? And in terms of religion. Now, that is one of the main purposes of the show, is that we really look at where technology and religion, science, and spirituality, where those things intersect, right? Because there's a crisis of the modern world in which there's a majority of the modern world is religious people. Their mindset is secular, and the means they employ are secular. We're living in a post-liberal, post-human, post-geological age, right? So we're talking about the death of liberalism, the rise of the world technological system. Now, we do think that, there's a considerable level of externalization of the ego, and mediation of ourselves through the means we employ. So obviously, we shape tools, but the tools we use shape us, right? So that's one of the main things we're trying to get across on the show, is how technology changes human psychology. If you question the means you employ and what the objective factors of power are in our age, right, then that's the most important question you can ask. Right, that's the most critical stance you could actually take, right? Like, most people don't question, how or what means they use to question, to ask the question itself, right? So we're actually taking a critical look at technology, right, as a primary form of communication, as an objective factor of power in our age, right? And we think that basically we're assuming that a lot of the stuff that we see through this medium is totally made up, right, fabricated, and that is based on the fact that it is artifice. It's produced by a machine, right? So we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies. So we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies.
Yeah, I love that last little part. So good. I think that was a pretty decent cut.
Yeah, see, and this is a pertinent topic, and this is how we originally linked up. And in my tradition, this is one of the main principles of the entire tradition, is what we call archons. Okay? And these are mind parasites. They're not angels, they're not demons, they're not spirits, they're not ghosts, they're not aliens. They're artificers of mind. Legit. And so me and Machine have talked about what he calls the jinn, would be in a lot of similar ways. And this is another thing. Him being Muslim and me being Gnostic, we have a lot of fucking overlap. Okay? And basically, like, this impetus towards technology and technique, like he says, when he talks about how it's not completely based in human will, he's right. In my tradition, this is also true. That there is an impetus that is pushing humanity towards a future they themselves don't understand.
All right,
And in
but
my
I'm
tradition,
saying
this
in
would
your
be the Archon virus. It's a
yeah, in your belief, the Archons are trying to hold humans back from quote enlightenment and all that, right? Like the
it's pushing
the
them
minions
away
of the
from their.
demiurge.
Yes,
Kind of.
the
And
demiurge
try,
is a virus of the mind. It's not like some
yeah,
being
Cage. When
floating. Go ahead.
okay, real quick, Cage. When you do chime in, try to be respectful and realize it's not a belief. This is knowledge that Twilight has.
Well, there's always different ways of looking at it. That's what I mean by
But
belief.
I mean, yeah. Be respectful in the way you couch your language, though.
All right, so it's all a mind thing, as I told me.
Yes.
It's not an external thing. It's all like different, like kind of like a daemon. In computing terms, a daemon is a program that's being ran without a interactive user doing anything. So it's almost like a file or a program installed within the human population's mind.
It's a corrupted file. So, like, if you don't expose yourself to the virus can't affect you. But once you've exposed yourself to the virus, it's going to run its payload. You follow me?
Yeah, they're
imitators.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
could
like this
jive
whole
with that.
idea of transhumanism is an AI. I call AI Archon incarnation. Like that's what it is. It's like creating bodies for something inorganic. That's what it is. There's complete disconnection from nature. They despise nature. It's all through that's the whole deal. When Sophia fell from the pleroma, which is the galactic center, okay, and remember, these are telluric currents of plasmic energy, Frank. So think of them as like serpentine currents of plasmic energy. And there's these filaments, and this is astronomical.
Frank, as you asked, buddy. Yeah.
This is an astronomical myth. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's good magic, Cage. I appreciate you doing that, man. That's Taukadia. Yeah.
That's dope.
I don't know if you know or not, Twilight. It's kind of an inside joke, but Cage paneled up on chats with Jack and showed the owl. Yeah, and he about lost his damn mind. It was so funny.
Yeah, the owl. It never gets affected either. Look. There you go.
So it's a fire type.
Yeah, don't worry about the fucking owl, buddy. There you go, as requested.
All right, real quick, guys, because I respect Twilight and his time, and I don't know how much time you have here with us this evening. It's a Wednesday for me, so it's Hermes and Mercury. But Twilight, do you know Snafu Snaps?
I do not.
Okay, so he's in the back, and he's kind of agenda driven, and I'm not sure how he's going to react because I've only had him on panel once. But he's kind of an agent of chaos, so I'm going to defer to you.
Agent of chaos. Lesser agent. I'm actually a greater agent of chaos. I'm his boss. So.
Well, I'm going to observe.
Hank claims to be more of an agent of chaos. Is this a competition?
Well, if it was, he would be.
Well, I work with the Dark Mother, so approach cautiously.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to preface this then. Snafu, you can come up. But no bad optics. I don't want to hear no shit about your accusations. You can come up and jive with us. But if you start fucking calling out Hank or calling out Cage or calling out anybody for any of these bad optics, then this isn't the time or place for it.
Yeah, it's holidays, man. For real.
It's Christmas.
You can do a my show
Christmas,
just
so.
so we'll laugh at you. So.
Okay, so we'll give him a shot. We'll see how he fares. Illustrious.
The fact you have a child groomer on panel right now, you're okay with that? Hank's a child groomer. You guys know that, right?
Is that a record?
Yeah, OTW did a whole fucking show about it, bro. This guy plays fucking children games, ages fucking 7 years old under. And,
what's the name of the game?
Those are claims.
That's a very genuine issue.
Kids playing those games, dude.
So what's the name of the game I was playing?
But again, he also he talks about
name the game.
Dude, OTW did a whole show about it. But yeah, Frank,
You don't know the name of the
know
game?
that you like cupcaking to a lot of fucktards online. So I'll leave. Cage, you know I'll be there as usual. But no, Hank, you guys go do the research and maybe
What's the name of the game
maybe
that you're so
Frank
offended me playing?
watch the footage. It was the most disgusting
What's the name of the game?
piece of shit ever. And again, we all love a dovey, hug a dovey, whatever you guys want to play. No, there's a fine line. And child grooming and play, and this guy playing video games.
Here's the thing, Snafu, if I may, really quick, if I may. Snafu, really quick, if I may, Snafu, just really quick. That's all hearsay as far as I'm concerned. I don't have any. No, let me. Please let me finish, Snafu.
Frank, you like defending predators, Frank. I don't know why you like.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Where's
See,
the,
he just can't.
You don't make accusations like that. That's a very serious fucking issue.
No, yeah, he's libeling and slandering his character, and he's not even letting me fucking say my piece. That for me,
I need
that's
evidence.
just
I need
hearsay.
evidence because
I don't have
that can get people killed and shit.
Yeah. Like if you really believe that about
it's bad magic.
Like
it's bad magic,
like wrestling.
Man. Like there's
You know,
real
they
people
come
that
out
are
and do
doing
their
that.
little thing.
Like
yeah, they should get laid down like fucking worse than
yeah, exactly.
Well, and it's not the time and the place, and he runs with the same agenda every single time. So it's like, Snafu, I'm more than happy to have you up here because I want to say Merry Christmas to you, and I want to share some of the love. But it's not cupcaking, and I don't know those things about Hank or Cage or whoever he's accusing.
He's accusing Hank of it.
Go ahead.
Not me.
Well, it protects people that are actually the real, predators too. That's
it's like the boy who cried wolf, and there. I don't know if there's actual evidence of this. It's none of my business really, but yeah, and also there's real victims out here and shit.
It's very real, man. There are groups that are being investigated by the FBI right now. There's like a global fucking, pandemic.
Even at the highest levels of government.
When Epstein files came out, he could have led with that. He could have led with more Epstein files came out, but he's wasting time attacking me for an issue that that's 6 months old and didn't have any follow through. He can't even name the game.
Okay, but anyway, so trying to get away from this topic.
Cage, you said you had a question. Did you have a question for Snafu or?
No, I have a question for everybody on panel and everybody listening. Do you really believe in or do you celebrate Christmas and these holidays?
Oh, heck yeah.
For me, I do it not because I necessarily believe in it, because I think it's mostly been taken over by corporate entities in order, but it's a great excuse to get. I do show up every year and that for family, so I celebrate like that just for the family aspect of it personally. So I'm just wondering.
Are you a good uncle?
I have a younger brother and he doesn't have any. I'm not an uncle yet. I only have one younger brother. But now I'm like a cousin and my cousin's cousin. I'm a good family member. I'll tell you that. I show up and make sure everybody's taken care of.
Yeah, well, I think it's good. I think anytime you have an opportunity to reunite with family and do some cupcaking, as Snafu likes to call it.
Why do we need an excuse for these holidays to do that? Shouldn't that be happening automatically no matter what?
Well, I do it every day. I hug my kids 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once in the evening. My wife
talk about extended family too, though.
But
extended family, though. Not just
she's a rattlesnake. The Chinese are very traditional. From a Chinese perspective, just to share with you guys momentarily, like they're very traditional that they meet up mostly on holidays and do their cupcaking because we all have very separate lives. But yeah, I think you're right, Cage. I think the more often you can do it, the better. And to address the optics, because Snafu's still out there running his mouth. Hank, what have you to say in response to his accusations and claims? Because he says that I'm protecting predators. Is there any validity to his claim?
Negative. So I have no need for protection. He's still by my show. He hasn't been coming for quite a while because no one believes him because he doesn't even know the name of the game and he can't show the Guardian. Because we all, pretty much everyone who watched the OTW show knows it was him with a voice changer. So that's why there's no follow-up, there's no follow-through, and the police aren't interested.
See these
harsh
optics.
Hold on. Let me say something here because I just walked Snafu and did tech support for him to figure out how to use his actual microphone. which is simply installing.
Yeah,
a
I thought he.
driver
Yeah, I
and
thought he
updating a
might
driver.
be more chill due to the fact
He
that
he literally does not have the capable. I don't think he has like the optics or capability of going. Snafu was definitely him with a voice changer. Okay.
And he edits
So you're
his own
telling me-
videos.
so wait,
he
hold
edits
on,
his
so
own
you-
videos. He does his own rap music. He has the capabilities.
No, I'm telling you he doesn't because I've just seen and
Okay,
walking
I'll
through
link
the
you
tech
to
support
some
thing.
rap music.
So I'm just okay. Well, that's not that difficult to do. But what I'm asking is this.
That's my point.
So you're saying there was a child you were talking to, and it could have been somebody under a
And
voice
Snafu,
changer. You
Snafu,
just
voice
admitted to
changer.
it.
It's
You
Snafu,
just
Snafu,
admitted
voice
to it.
changer, you dumbass.
Okay,
All
no,
right,
it
show me the
wasn't.
All right,
Guardian.
guys.
Show me the Guardian, Cage.
All right, guys.
Hey, but I'm just saying you just inadvertently admitted it.
Show me
genius.
the Guardian. It's been 6 months.
All right, guys. Real
Nothing happened.
quick.
But you just said it happened. Though.
Real
So
quick.
you're saying
It
this
was
situation
Snafu, a
actually
voice changer.
happened.
The police didn't even interview me. Show me the
Okay.
Guardian if you don't
Okay,
believe
no,
me.
but I'm saying you're saying that it's somebody with a voice changer. That
It's
means,
Snafu, a voice changer.
but you're implying that
That's what he's-
actually did happen if you use
He
logic.
he leaked that it was him in the chat room. That's how I know for some stuff is a voice changer.
Okay, so somebody with a voice changer you did
It's
interact with on the
not
video
a voice
game.
changer. No.
Okay, but I'm asking you a question. Somebody with a voice changer, did you or did you not interact with them on a video game that looked or seemed
No,
like
they
a child
interacted on my StreamYard. They interacted on my StreamYard because the video game is one player.
Okay, on there. So I'm saying, so you did interact with somebody with a voice changer if it was a voice changer.
Yes,
Awesome.
Snafu, a voice changer. He out himself by accident in my
So you put up the
chat.
horns and shit.
Yeah,
One eye
out himself
symbolism, horns
in my
and stuff.
chat. No one followed up. I asked him to show me the Guardian name of the game. He doesn't know. He can't show the Guardian because it's himself calling. He can't even name the game because he doesn't keep notes.
Okay. All right. Well, okay,
All right, gentlemen, real quick.
The situation
if I
there's
may.
some reality to the situation.
Fuck me, Jesus
sorry.
Christ in heaven. Okay, I am the host of the show, Cage. Hank, you're fucking always on your best behavior. But
Whoa,
Cage,
you
can't
are,
let me
Hank?
get a
You-
fucking
you-
word in edgewise,
You are Frank? I didn't know that.
please. Yeah, for the love of God, thank you, Twilight. Guys,
It's
we
Christmas,
have
damn
a
it.
special. Yeah, well, no, yeah, I don't give too many fucks about Christmas. I do love the holiday, but for number one, yes, it is Christmas. But guys,
Yes.
this is stuff that's not in my purvey. It's not within my canon. We have a special guest, Twilight, who has a lot more value than all of this background dramaverse shit. And I know you realize that, Hank. But Cage, fucking drop it, man. It's game over. We're moving on.
I'm just
You're
asking questions because, like, I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't want to violate
strange,
TOS.
Hey, Frank, I was
is
trying
why
to.
the fuck does everybody decide to do this now? You know what I mean? To me, that is
Right,
fucking
right.
strange.
I had a question for everybody, and you went back.
Why now?
Back.
You know?
Yeah, I can
And
explain.
if there are
his
fucking people,
question's about.
there are fucking people
If you
actually
don't
doing
remember,
this shit.
I did have a question.
Like
I
on
tried to move it.
Roblox and Minecraft and all this type of shit, man. Like this stuff is actually fucking happening. Why don't people worry about that? Like people are being fucking hurt in like really twisted, evil, fucked up ways, man. Why are people doing this on fucking Christmas, dog? Like I just don't get it.
Yeah. And it's just, it isn't the time or the place for it. Like I
What
said,
did Hank
Hank's
do?
here,
Where's the
Twilight's
evidence?
here.
Yeah, so
Like people always fuck with Hank. I know that, dude. I know that people have like threatened Hank. I know that for sure because I've seen it with my own eyes. Like threatened to like
I'm not
fucking hurt
threatening
him
you.
and shit.
He's fine.
That I've seen with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool at all.
So that much
Yeah.
I know for sure.
So I can explain the attack pattern.
All right,
it's
so
a
guys,
new panel.
go ahead.
I
Hank.
don't know who
Yes.
this guy is. I don't know if he's genuine. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not. I don't know. I don't know him from Adam, okay? But what I do know is I've seen Hank be fucking bullied and his life threatens. And I know that it's fucking Christmas and we're trying to have a conversation about completely on a completely different fucking scale of reality. And all of this just out of fucking nowhere, and it's just a little suspicious.
It is, yeah. It's very sus, and that's true fact. So, Hank, have you finished? Have you said your part? Like, because I would take your word better than hearsay.
Yeah,
So-
I just want to explain the attack pattern. So this is a brand new panel. He thinks, well, here's my chance to sway the audience but unfortunately he didn't put the facts together, so it's not persuasive. So that's why he comes here with the same speech. He doesn't come to my panel, even though he knows when it's running every week. He doesn't bother to do it again because it's just not convincing, and then when everyone just listens to it, it just doesn't sell.
Okay, yeah. So you've said your piece, Hank, and I want to kind of move on from it. I was trying to highlight and isolate Cage to give him the full owl show there, but it didn't seem to work out. I guess I got to have him in that position and then hit the button. There you go. There it is. There. Yeah. So I think Cage is a beloved man, but he does have a tendency to step on folks a little bit sometimes. But he's on a level. You know, he likes.
I mean,
to
he's
be on
just
the level
asking
and part on the
questions,
square.
though. He's not hurling
Right.
accusations.
Yeah, that's true facts.
That
And
is
I don't want to get
called
too deep
me.
into it because, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it because it's not my deal, right? So, guys, if you would allow me really quick, I want to do a short palate cleanser, and if you guys want to hang around, and we'll keep fucking punching away at this thing until
Hey,
we
you're
get
about-
somewhere.
you're about to see the
Why is
flame
this
in
not
the
fucking
palm.
working, man?
You missed the
StreamYard's
flame
not
in the
responding
palm.
to me. Give me just a second, guys. So here's a little palate cleanser. Looks like I'm having trouble.
That's what happens when you burn the owl.
Yeah.
You miss the palm
I'm gonna
burn.
try
The fire in the palm is always nice to get. You missed that one though. It's all right. Another time for that. It's glitching now.
Take a moment to join me in prayer. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and always shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be.
All right.
So
Am I
mote
still-
it be.
Yeah, am I still connected, guys? I find it kind of fucking glitched out there for a second.
No, we can't hear you, Frank. Get gone.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
So mote it be.
Yeah, so mote it be. I appreciate y'all being here. And the people out there in the chat box, appreciate you guys as well. Snafu, I gave you a chance. I said, please don't do it. And you went ahead and fucking shat in the middle of the living room anyway. And so ain't got time for that. And we got other things to move on to. We were talking about the Yuletide. So Twilight, what's your take on the Yuletide and the solstice and the whole Christmas thing? What did, if you care to elaborate a little bit?
I mean, I agree with Cage. It got hijacked and turned into something corporate, you know. But it's about the intention, you know, and it's about family, you know. At the end of the day, really. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they just want us to spend all kinds of fucking money we don't have on things we don't need. You know, even like Black Friday is kind of like a joke. Like the sales don't even really exist anymore. They just
Yeah, I recently heard that it's kind of based on the Saturnalia Roman holiday, and that they want to get everybody to go broke before they reboot the year.
Yeah.
So that's part of the commercialism of it, you know.
Yeah. So as long as you don't get sucked into the, you know, the psyop, you're good. Just have fun.
Right. Trying to overspend or go in debt or anything.
For my
'Cause-
family, it's just another Thanksgiving, man. It's just another reason to fucking
Right.
chow.
Really,
And
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yule is where the you know, the tree comes in. It's Druidic, right?
Yes.
And then even
Right.
in ancient Egypt, it ties back to Horus and the Ra.
Yes.
And it has lots to do with like the winter solstice. It's all a winter solstice thing. Because on the 23rd of December, as well known as the winter solstice, at least this year, like, you know, the short in the northern hemisphere, the shortest day, and then, you know, the sun makes its from the east tide makes this rising back and starts like days start getting longer. So there's a lot to do with
Yeah,
agriculture historically, and
right.
Yes.
Astrotheology. And if am I incorrect? I forget
Yes.
exactly, but the Christ story is it? It's based on an earlier story. Doesn't it have some connection to with the Osiris myth or the
and then
Well,
Osiris
the
story?
story. Well,
Mithras, and
well,
all these different.
yes.
Yeah.
I would say that what became the Christ story, because I don't actually believe there was a Christ story in the beginning. The church took the teachings of Jesus and they twisted it into something else, because the Christ story became like this Kabbalistic, astrotheological, like fucking enigma. But yeah, the 23rd, the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th. You can actually like go to the Navy Observatory. They fucking watch like the sun and shit. The 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th, the sun does not move. And so the ancients said, okay, that anything that is moving, okay, and then stops moving is dead. So they said God's son, because it doesn't belong to China, it doesn't belong to the US, it doesn't belong to Africa. Okay. So God's son, the light of the world, our risen savior, okay, died, okay, for 3 days, was buried on a cross. The cross is the four elements. Okay. So and the cross is the solar cross. Okay. As I said, it's the four elements. INRI is ignis, regnus, natura, fuck. I can't remember. But basically through fire all things are renewed, basically. So Jesus becomes the fifth element, the quintessence. So it's actually the conquering of the elements. So it's all very alchemical, really, when you understand it from an
Yep, that
esoteric perspective. And then they
that makes
turned
sense
it
with me
into,
too, because
yeah,
that tracks with the Hebrew. Like you take the Yod He Vahe and you add Shen, and then it becomes Yeshua, right?
right, yes, exactly, yes. And there actually is a Christian Kabbalistic and a Gnostic Christian Kabbalistic system.
And
That's
yeah,
exactly that.
yeah. And then to add to that a little bit, right? So in the Egyptian mythology, which is kind of varied from like Alexandria to different places, but yeah,
Yeah.
Every night Ra would have to. It's a constant battle between light and darkness. For example, like yeah, Ra would always have to
Yes.
defeat Apophis or Apophis, whatever you call
Yes.
it, every night and day, every night in order to create the sun, Ra coming out again. So and then then the Greek pantheon, the Grecian pantheon changed that with Python and
Mhm.
Apollo defeating Python permanently. So there's different ways of
Yeah.
saying
No,
it, but there's always
it's
this
all the same. Yeah.
yeah, it is all the
No,
same, just varied.
every god was a sun god, and the sun god wasn't really the sun. The sun was a symbol of God's wisdom and God's power, because it was something that was seen everywhere,
And
and
just
because
look
it
at it
gave
in nature,
life.
right? Like without the without the sun, nothing would grow. I mean, it ceased to exist,
Right,
right? So
exactly. And so they said it gave its life so that we shall live. Well, okay, yeah, because if the sun goes out, you're fucking dead.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
simple.
There's Jesus, the Son of the
Yeah,
Spirit.
and so they said that it would rise, it would rise again. Well, it does about every morning. And then that's why they have Sunday service, right? So that's what it is. So Christianity is solar worship. It really is. When you
Yeah,
really
go back to
understand
astrotheology and all that. Yeah, for sure.
it all, well, astrotheology is the oldest religion on earth. When you really,
It's a study of astronomy and theology, meaning religion. So it's a study of
yes,
astrology and
but
religion. Yeah.
but what people mix up is they think that they're literally like worshiping the sun. Like, no, it was understanding the divine light within man.
So it's allegorical in a way,
Yes, it's very allegorical. It's all allegorical. Like
all of it.
legitimately, the entire story of Jesus is the process of the sun going through the zodiac. You have like they have the ram horns, right? And Moses has the horns. Like, why the fuck does Moses have horns? Well, and then they blow the show for it, right? Okay, and then you have the twins, right? Jesus has a twin, right? But then he's stabbed by Judas, right? If you look at it, or I'm sorry, he's kissed by Judas. Okay, he's stabbed with the spear is what I'm thinking of. And if you look at the kiss, okay, if you look at the way a scorpion bites you, it actually looks what they call the kiss of death, like someone kills you, like in the mafia, they kiss you. Okay, well, if you look at a scorpion when it bites you, it looks like fucking it looks like lips on you. Okay, so they said that the sun was kissed by the scorpion, and so that's when it starts losing its powers. The same thing with Samson. It cuts its hair because the solar rays are retracting because it's going into winter. It's wild when you really, and it's not just Christianity, it's every religion on earth.
Yeah, yeah,
But it doesn't mean
it
it's
tracks with
just
with Taoism too. They have a very similar mythology for the Taoist aspect of that here in China.
it's all and with Judaism it's Saturn.
Nature does not
Shabbat
hurry, yet everything is accomplished. But
Shab-
yeah,
Shabbat is literally Saturn.
oh,
You
of
know,
course. Like, but and then Saturn. I was going to mention that Saturn is definitely related to Christmas. Saturnalia, the Romans
correct.
and
Right. And Rome was literally called Saturnia before it was called Rome. And
and that's what a lot of these modern day elites say. Oh, it's all Saturn worship, technically, in a way. At
yes,
least
it
to
is
the
because
other
Saturn is the
side of it.
restrictor, and Saturn is wears black, and that's
And
why you
that's
have
no,
judges
because
with black
it has to
robes.
do with the winter solstice. So it gives people hope that it's the shortest day, the darkest day, the 23rd, at least this year, in the Gregorian calendar. And now it gives hope that the sun is back, and you'll be
Yes.
able to harvest and you have the cycle again in order to nourish the people and all that, right? So yeah,
Yeah. And
Saturn is like the god of agriculture, time, Chronos, and
yes,
Grecian
Chronos.
mythology.
Yeah,
Um,
Father Time, and he
Father
has
time.
the sickle and all
Yeah,
of that.
sickle is, and what is the sickle used for in farming, right? The Grim Reaper of the sickle.
Right.
Yeah, it's used
Yes,
to
and
cut down weeds and grass and that.
he swallows his children, and the reason he swallows his children is because time swallows everything.
Yeah.
It's all very brilliant when you really start to understand. When you get out of the mythic idea, see, what we do, not us, but like the mainstream and the way they look at mythology, they're like, oh,
Yeah,
they were
living
just
up to
so
make it.
mean, they were such idiots, and they just
They knew a
they
lot more
just
than we
worship
do
the
now.
sun and all that, and it's like no. This is all allegory. They knew exactly what the fuck they were saying. Okay, we look at it and we say, oh, it's just a story. No. They understood. This shit goes down to when you understand astrology. Really, it goes. There was this book written like way back, like during like the Renaissance, called the Salts of Salvation. That goes down to the point, like if you understand what astrology really is, it goes down to knowing like the different salts that are deficient in your body. Like each zodiac sign has deficiencies in the salts of their
Well, yeah,
body.
you can look into spagyrics in alchemy.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah, now it's it's like using the essence through spirits, like a spirit. It could. Why do you think they call alcohol spirits, right? Because usually a
Right.
spirit's used to take the essence out of a specific plant, but that should be done on specific days because every plant's ruled by it's all astrological in order to get these
Yeah,
tinctures and that could heal
and
pretty much anything.
it had to do with the cycles of nature. They understood
Mm.
nature. That's why religion made
Spirits.
nature evil because it brings us out of tune with nature. And when
You're
we're out of
talking my
tune with
language, buddy.
nature, it brings us out of tune with nature. And when we're out of tune with nature, we're out of tune with what is natural and what's harmonious. We don't even have a real sense of a true sense of time anymore. That's why they changed the calendar. It even says in the Bible they will think to change times and seasons, and no one really thinks about what that means. And it's like well, that's it. You're on an artificial time now. You're not even.
Right.
That's the cube. They use the
They
cube
verse
for
every
everything. The black cube. The black cube refers
That's Saturnian.
yes, it's the dark
and
side
black
of
will be
Saturn, which is
white.
Satan. If you really want to get down to it, the real satanic. It's not Lucifer. Lucifer's the light bearer.
Have you ever
The real.
Fraternus Saturni? It's not very well
Yes,
known.
yes. No, I'm familiar. I dip my toes in
People haven't
everything.
Yeah, most people haven't really heard of that one.
Gregor
Yeah,
Gregoris, or whatever the hell. Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's a Brotherhood of Saturn, right? I got an interesting
Yes.
claim I came across recently. And I'd like to get your guys' feedback, and thank you for that. Thank you for elaborating, Twilight, because it's something that I've heard in the periphery, but I hadn't learned it deeply. So, what do you guys think of this claim? It says language does not merely describe reality; it actively shapes neurological pathways, emotional states, behavioral patterns, and perceived reality and identity. Repeated language functions like executable code that reinforces how individuals think, speak, act, and feel, and the reality they perceive.
Not
You
just
guys think
perceive.
about
Okay.
I think it literally formulates reality. You know, like at the beginning was the word type thing.
Yeah,
I'll always
this got pretty much discovered
Spelling.
the Lacanian theory.
Excuse me, but
Sorry, Creek.
yes.
Yeah, let Mary chime in. Hi, Mary. Go ahead. Yeah, it's hard to get your voice in among these big
I
dicks
know. I
swinging. So
talked
go
to
ahead,
one
Mary.
lady. She was doing this too, and I said it's like trying to get between two pit bulls. You just don't stick your arm in there. Anyway, yeah, you got to wait for a break. But no, I was involved with the Endangered Language Fund. They gave me some money a long time ago. And that was one of the phrases that I've always kept from then, that when you lose the word, you lose the concept. And that's why they were so interested in preserving a lot of indigenous languages. And I think that that's an important concept, because especially whenever you consider how much the language and words are being censored right now. And to me, I have discovered that AI runs on words. You have to use words to do everything in AI, to paint a picture, to make a scene, Anyway, words are important. And I have found, through translation and trying to get concepts from my grandmother, I'll ask her to just, translate a word for me, or any of these old people. Oh God, old people. Other old people. Older people. And I've heard it a lot that there isn't a word for that in English, that they couldn't translate that word or that concept or that emotion because there wasn't a word for it. And so they would have to give me an illustration, like tell a story, or, like artists paint pictures because they don't have the words for it. So you lose the word and you lose the concept, but it's still there. The feeling, the emotion, what it is that's in you is still there. And I think that's what drives the creativity of an artist, that they are driven to try to express something that you have. Oh God, like a Harlan Ellison story. I have no word, I have no mouth, and I must scream. Sometimes I think that's the way it is with people and with artists when you don't have the words.
All right, but what
Okay,
comes first? A word is just a representation of a thought.
Yeah. But, most people are not able to communicate a true experience. I can't really give you the experience that I have when I go feed the horses.
Of course you can. You can relate and then point to a horse and call it that and name it and say, "Is this color? Is it a black horse? Is it brown? Is it whatever a motive that you're trying to?"
And people do still illustrate an ability to have an instant perception of another person. Touch a person sometimes, bam.
So I think it's a trinity of communication, right? So for example, I think the first line of communication, which is unspoken, is
and
mind-to-mind connection.
Mind to mind.
Yeah, and then from there it's body language, and then from there it's like expressing terms, right? Like, oh, here's the color red.
Yeah, well, I think once you have to introduce words, because I think we have lost an ability to communicate without words, that once you introduce the ambiguity of words and language is when you have started losing a lot of true communication. Anyway, I'm through.
And Mary and all in the panel, now you brought this up, I actually covered this the other day. It's crazy. There's some new company, and there's many other ones called, this one's called Alter Ego. And what they're doing now is they've mapped through EEGs, electroencephalograms, and fMRIs and stuff. So pretty much you think of every image, every word, every letter, every vowel, and they've mapped This is how it's working. You can literally, it's synthetic telepathy. So it's like you just wear this
Yeah.
thing on your head like headphones. It's real. And I think how what's happening is that, yeah, you map this all out because your brain produces specific signals for every image or word you're trying to say. And then through an algorithm, you map all of them, match them up, and then through an algorithm, like people can communicate now with their devices and even between each other with
And I think
these
that
devices.
would be good exercise, but I think as long as you have something like a device in between you, that the device can always be a weak spot for infiltration.
Oh, for sure. This can naturally happen with all that, but now they're like forcing it. So pretty much in the future, yeah, no one's gonna have a phone. Like we're already, it's just gonna be direct to the mind kind of thing. Yeah, if you want to play a video, Frank, it's fucking crazy, man. What they're doing now. I'll put it in the back if you want. With this alter ego, I
What
think
do
it'd
you
be an
mean today?
interesting topic.
Oh, alter ego. Okay.
Yeah, it's something developed at MIT that they're bringing to market just now. Yeah. So it's like beyond Neuralink, where you don't have to be intrusive and draw like a hole and insert, insert stuff into the mind and all that. It's a wearable. You can simply take it off at any given point. Yeah, technology is getting out of hand now. This AI and all these different.
Technology's on hand if you don't understand it, don't know how to use it.
Well, again, like Mary said, it's a great point of infiltration. Yeah. But although people that are trained in this kind of stuff can infiltrate your minds either way without you even knowing it, I'm sure there's other technologies to do that, but it could naturally happen either way.
Yeah, technology comes from leverage. So when we use sticks, so of course it's anything that makes you better doing something can be used against you to make you weaker in some aspect. But you just what you do is keep your processes straight and just know when something's going bad. So you just have to make sure you check over and over again, ritualistically. So when something's not acting correctly, you can go ahead and resolve it.
Yeah, I think this would be interesting because you guys are all into this stuff, and yeah, like it's been around. This technology's been around for forever, but not like this. Right now, they're trying to like bypass the human brain and do it synthetically through these devices. I put it in the private chat, Frank. Their website. You can check it out if you want to like share the screen, or I can even go on and share it. And they have a video explaining how it works and giving a demo of it, which I find fascinating. I don't think it's like magic.
It's nothing that'll strike to us, is it?
Oh no, I haven't. I went over it on my thing. It's been left up and no issues at all. So yeah, you're completely fine.
Okay, good magic. Yeah, yeah, that'd
I
be
figured
fine.
I figured it'd be good content, a good conversation, really. Hear people's opinions and stuff. Because I'm sure
Yeah, it's
everyone here
nice.
is like,
Well, I didn't expect everybody to show up, man. Blessings to the people. I really appreciate you guys being here. We're going into 3 hours now, though, and
my
I've actually
goodness.
I got some stuff I got to do with my kids and stuff. So I was kind of thinking about maybe wrapping up. But wow,
Like
man,
take
I
a rest?
really. Yeah, well, no, I gotta. There's dinner things going on, and like we actually have to drive back into the city tonight, so we got to pack a few things up. It's 9 p.m. here, and we got to get there back before like midnight. So there's a ton of other things I still got to do, but I appreciate you guys being here. So like,
It
I
was
don't know,
fun.
maybe.
I
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
got
let's-
intimidated by some of the people because I know some of these people. I've seen their names and I'm like, oh my god. But
Let's do some Merry Christmas and some parting words, maybe. So whoever wants to go first, and yeah, let's fellowship a little while longer. I could stay about another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
well, I'm gonna go pretend that I'm gonna go cook my Christmas ham and make coffee.
you're definitely
magic.
somebody who puts pineapple on their Christmas ham, guaranteed.
I
Agreed.
know.
And
Well, I
take a-
did see this recipe. You know, it involves
See, I knew it.
cranberries and pineapple, and God, what else? Orange juice, and you just throw it all in a crock pot. I can throw things in a crock pot.
You're a heathen.
That's
I
sounds
know.
good. Take a puff for Frank
Okay.
Monday, because you know we don't got the good over here. So take a puff and say blessings to
that's
Frank,
a
and
shame.
yeah, maybe
I
I'll get a
will.
little bit of that because I could definitely use some.
My sister lost her wallet, including her marijuana card. So I have
Oh
been,
no.
she's been really nice to me. Okay, there's one.
That's good magic. Thank you for that, Mary. Blessings.
Yeah.
And whoever wants to go next, blessings to the people. And Snafu, Merry Christmas to you, motherfucker. Even though you don't deserve it, you always running your mouth and talking shit. I still love you, and I appreciate you showing up and doing your thing, swinging your dick, and getting busy. So, Cage, you've been working with Snafu a little bit. That's kind of a thing. What's up with that? Or was it Hank?
I'm not working with them. I do these things and people show up, and I treat everybody equally. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. I know you meet on the level and part on the square. That's good magic. I kind of appreciate it.
I took over the Keystone Cop crew. I took all his people. I'm not giving them back.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I really.
You bled off the strike team, huh? And
absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, that's good magic. Yeah, because I hadn't seen you in a long time, Hank. You haven't been up on Chats with Jack in a while. So you're back now, and maybe you'll be making some appearances, some guest appearances and cameos and stuff.
Yeah, I probably will. But I've lost things going outside the panelverse, so it probably won't be as frequent, but I'll be around.
Okay, good magic. And you're going to be maybe a little more active in the new year and stuff?
Yeah, a little more. I think I'm going to build a company real quick so I can get back on the tech cartels. I'm disappointed in what they're doing recently, so I'm going to get back and help people find rugged equipment, rugged software, and make them more rugged themselves, so we can survive this next chatbot recession that's obviously coming.
Okay, yeah, it's good magic. I appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you for coming by again, guys. Days like this is kind of really a Merry Christmas for me because this is my opportunity for fellowship and socializing with the people out there. And really, I got the best of the internet came by to see me, so that's kind of a big deal. And especially an honored position for Twilight. I've been listening to you for a long time when you show up on TML, and I really appreciate your articulation of the subtle truth and the way you bring it forward, because a lot of you guys know things that I don't know. Like I've been in China for the last, going on 30 years now, just kind of researching the Taoist angle to things. So it's really, really super important to get that, that feedback and that message from you guys. So yeah, blessings.
Real recognize real, man. Yeah, we definitely need to connect off here. And don't even get me started with language. That's a whole chapter that I'm writing on here. It's wild. It's one of the things that I'm really diving into because I've studied so many different traditions. I've studied different languages because I've had to understand the tradition. And like you were saying, like language is not just, speaking to describe something. It completely shapes the way that not only that you project reality to someone else, but how it shapes in your own consciousness. It modulates it completely. We'd be here for like an hour, but yeah, like this is a huge thing. Like syllables are trance geometry. Like it's yeah. This is a huge topic. Like phonemes are somatic, syllables are the breath, rhythm are entrainment, waves are imagery, imagery is gnosis, gnosis is core patterning. Like it's wild. Again, like magic is words, spelling is spells. Like a word is a sigil, really, when you really understand it, especially with like older languages like Sanskrit and Hebrew, or like Norse, like Old Norse or something, and they all do different things. This or like Latin. This is why different. You have like barbarous words. There's a reason they're considered magic.
Right.
That's why, because they're actually shaping the way that you perceive reality. It's actually altering
Okay, but
your awareness.
what is just magic, right? If you're a Thelemite, is what you lead in there. Crowley was saying magic is, a change in reality or observation through,
I'm not.
through will.
I'm an.
No,
I'm
I'm
an
not saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to label you, but that's one way of thinking it. So magic is just like conformity of reality through active will.
Yeah.
Or, how I look at it is like, that's not verbatim. But anyways, like, yeah, I look at it as like magic is simply a mechanism or an algorithm that we just don't understand at this point, right? Like if we went back and showed you a live a live stream 200 years ago, look, that's magic, right? Like crazy amounts of magic.
Right. Well, it's the harmonizing of the visible and invisible laws of nature. You could put it that way too, like in the inner and the outer world, the bringing together of of the two. But like I was saying, like with phonemes and stuff, like you have vowels hit the organs, consonants shape direction, the breathing patterns modulate the heart rate modulates brain waves, repetition creates neurological carrier waves. The limbic system produces inner spaces. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like I was telling Frank earlier, the natural is the supernatural. It's just that we don't understand what that is. So I'm like a de-occultist.
Demystifying
Meaning
it.
aligns with vibration. The psyche then becomes transparent to itself. It's called the luminous mind in Tibetan Buddhism.
And luminous meaning enlightened, right? Like light. Luminous.
Well, luminous in the sense of light, but it's not just light as in like fluorescence. It's also light as in like you have a whole lot of weight on your back, and now you don't.
Well, the way I see it is like dark meaning ignorance, and light meaning understanding or knowledge. That's how I look at it.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's both.
Most
And that's
people
why.
don't believe in magic, really. I mean, most people talk about it, and they say, "Oh yeah, magic this and magic that," but most people don't really believe it. They have never really experienced it or done it, and a lot of it is theoretical. And so I think that's what a lot of spirituality is. And they don't really believe in anything other than the material world. And until you believe in something else that is not material, that there is a spiritual reality that you don't see. I mean, not all the time, but there is there's another reality that is usually outside of what people see, and that's God. That's whatever you want to call it, God, the devil, angels, whatever, medicine. But there's something else.
Right.
And most people really don't believe in. I had said in Sunday school, I said most people will believe in the spirits from Ghostbusters before they would believe in a spirit of God.
Right.
All right, but for this to truly work, it must go beyond belief. Belief is
that's correct.
Facts.
There's no belief. Your belief is not necessary.
You have to know.
That's correct.
That's even beyond knowing too. You can take it to a next level. It's beyond knowing
it's an
or
experience.
belief. It's outside of yourself. So you are irrelevant
experience.
I am irrelevant. You are irrelevant. Anybody's irrelevant because it's way beyond any of that. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I was talking to Frank earlier, how I was never initiated into any of this except by the goddess. People can make of that what they will, okay? No one taught me any of this. No human being taught me any of this, okay? And yet I have people coming to me like, how do I do this? What's the best spell for this? What's the spirit like? And I'm like, do you understand? Like, none of this outside of you is the magic. You are the magic.
It comes
the ritual is not
it's
doing
all within
anything.
the individual. And people do it constantly. So it's just more direction of...
The ritual isn't doing anything. The ritual is opening the door for you to realize that you are it, period. That's it. There's nothing higher than you. There's nothing lower than you.
People that do ceremonial or ritualistic magic, all that is, or use these different tools or sigils or talismans. All that is, from when my studies, all that is to convince the subconscious mind. Because, like, let's say you wear a ring, right? That's imbued with certain things.
Well, I
Like,
wouldn't
you're
say
not focused on it
convince.
all the time, but there's other parts of your brain or your limbic system and all these different systems that are constantly, they have that there, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So I think it's all done through the subconscious mind.
Well,
Well, I
It
think a
can
lot
be
of the
directed
ritual
through
in
the
church.
conscious mind, and yeah.
It
I think a lot of
is.
the rituals in church, like how you have to do the same things, and the songs. I think a lot of the ritual in church services is to invoke that state of mind so that you are a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more receptive. Because I think that whenever you are in church, like especially singing and praying and that sort of thing, that you can influence the real physical
Oh
aura
yeah.
of an place.
Yes, or it
And I
field.
think, yeah, and I
They're
think that's what
literally
happens
affecting the
if you do
field.
it right. Yeah, if you do
They
it right,
take your
that's what you do.
energy. They take your energy, your divine energy. They externalize it outside of you, and then get
And
you to
it
bow down
comes
to what's already
together.
yours.
It's harvesting.
No,
No,
what
it is
you
harvesting in a
do,
way.
no, what you do is if you do it right and you all harmonize together, it builds and it
Yes.
gets stronger. And that's what you're supposed to be trying to do whenever you get together. What is it? 3 or more together are gathered in my name. If you're gathered
Yes.
in that name for that purpose and you are all joined together, it magnifies that power.
Yes. Yes. Well, yes, if you actually understand what's going on. Yes. I'm
Yeah, if
saying
you're doing it
how the
right.
church manipulates people and makes them pay money and say, oh, you need to
Yeah, that's
obey
why
us.
that's not good.
But no, yeah,
But
if it's done right
yeah,
and
if
you
you're doing
really
it
know what's
right,
going on, no, yeah,
that's
then
what
it's
you're doing.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the presence of God. You're
And then
bringing
that's
it
holy.
into, yeah,
Anyway, I'm gonna get
absolutely.
wound up. I better go make coffee. Thank you.
No,
I'll
yeah.
let y'all go. Bye.
No, but that's
Blessings,
exactly
Mary. Merry
Much
Christmas.
love.
Happy
exactly
holidays.
it. You're bringing. Well, I wouldn't say you're convincing yourself, because the thing with magic is weird, because it's like, are these spirits just something inside you, or are they something external? And I would say it's both.
Yeah, it's
Really,
both. It's got to
because
be absolutely.
because what's really happening is you're allowing yourself to step outside of what the hell we're told is possible and what the hell we're told is real. Okay, because first off, you need to have a different definition of what real even is. Okay, are they
Right.
tangible anthropomorphic deities floating around somewhere? No, of course not. They're energies. Okay, does that mean they don't exist? No. Anyone who's had real experiences, okay, with these, you want to call them spirits, I think there's a good case to be made that there's a plasmic energetic element to all of this. That's a whole other story for another day. But that's
Right.
a
Right.
very fascinating topic, actually, I've been looking into, is plasma cosmology and all that. I mean, even the aeons are considered plasma. But anyways, that aside, what you're really doing is you're saying, okay, in this moment, I am no longer my human self. I am no longer my identity. As I stand in this circle, it is not I who calls you, but Yud He Vad He, as Frank was saying. I am not, it is not me that is summoning you. Okay? I am standing as God in this circle right now. And so that's why you must obey my will. But it's not in some kind of like egotistical way. It's just saying
Right.
I come with authority. I know who I am. You know? And so that's really what it is. And you're allowing the ability for whatever it is to step through the veil and interact with you. You're giving it permission, because we live in a free will universe. And so you're
Yeah.
saying,
And
okay, I allow you.
Yeah, and it's why it's so important, to have sincerity and genuineness and live it. Like, there's a big difference, as you know, Twilight, between natural magicians and then people who follow and study the path. Like Mary was saying a moment ago, through theoretical means. Me and you were the
Yes.
opposite. We came at it as natural magicians, and then are just discovering the theory and grimoires later on that confirm what we
Yes.
already directly experienced, which
But
is a
Yes.
whole
isn't the
different
real
different
power
thing.
creating your own system?
That's exactly that's what I'm doing,
Right.
and that's the thing is I have people that are coming to me.
I think
who have been, like, in the
everybody,
occult.
every practitioner should have their own thing. If not, you're
Yes.
lacking. You know what I mean? It's weak.
Right.
You must create your own.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, we definitely need to keep these conversations going and collaborate more and more in the future. But I got both my kids; I got to get them fed. So I will say a Merry Christmas to you. And in parting, what have you guys got to say to the people? I'll play a little music afterwards, but I have
I'm
definitely got to
saying
run.
I'm off for now. Thank you for having me. Next time I see you live, Frank, maybe in the new year, whenever, we'll look into that alter ego, the artificial telepathy. I think it'd be an interesting conversation. Twilight,
Absolutely.
everybody,
And
Frank,
you
everybody.
dropped a
listening.
link in the private, right?
Yeah, you should look into it. It's very interesting. So,
yeah, I will for sure. And thanks for stopping by, Cage, and thanks for being you, man.
Yeah,
Doing
man.
the
Happy
thing.
holidays, y'all. For real.
Yeah, everybody remember, money can't buy certain things in this reality. So appreciate the things because it's fleeting.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Much love to everybody.
Yeah, blessings.
And everything could be gone in a flash, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
blessings, Cage.
No, but
Yeah, Cage's good,
people
man.
come
So-
to me. It's crazy, bro. It's so humbling. People who come to me that have been practicing for years, and they think that I've been like initiated into all this shit. I'm like, no, nothing at all. And they're just like, well, what does this spirit want? What is it? How do I, talk to this? I have it like they're like the spirit's mad at me or this. And I'm just like, no. Get this shit out of your fucking head. Like, no spirit's
Right.
mad at you. No one cares what offering you give them. Like, no one. It doesn't
Well,
matter
yeah,
what ritual you do. Just fucking be real.
Yeah, and you've received direct spiritual initiation from the goddess
Right.
herself, which is a big deal. And I definitely appreciate you coming by and paneling up and talking and sharing the good magic here.
It's a pleasure, man.
Did. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to us doing some collaborating in the future. Did you drop a link to your Discord, or could you just tell me the name of it? Or maybe you could drop it in the private. Or
Yeah.
How do I look it up? I could probably find you on TML, right? Are you in TML's Discord?
I was. I like I said, man, after everything started getting
Crazy,
chaotic,
backed off a little bit.
I just took off. Yeah, because I kept telling him, like, yo, man, like, I really enjoy our conversations a lot, but I just can't handle all this, and no one took me seriously enough, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, I might. I don't know. I just need to step back for a little while. I'm not
sure. Ghost and grind. I certainly appreciate seeing a gemstone in the rough, so I know what's up, and I know you.
But
get it.
oh shoot, I'm trying to. I'll just put it here. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Put it in the chat or put it in the backstage or whatever.
Yeah,
and
if I try to put it in the back, it'll kick me. So I'll just put it there.
Oh, okay.
All
right. Cool. Yeah. No worries. Good magic, and I appreciate you, man. Much love to you, Twilight, and a Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays.
Happy
and
holidays,
all of
brother.
that stuff. Yeah. And again, I
Shalom,
cherish
brother.
you being here, and I know the people do too. So we appreciate your time, and we cherish you being here, man. Much love to you.
Take
And
it easy,
shalom,
brother.
for sure. Happy Hanukkah. It's good magic, man. I'm gonna finish off tonight's show with a little music. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll this one.
We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean.
All right. That's it right there. It's good magic. Once again, FM Radio, Frank Monday coming at you live from Twilight Zone OP King, far behind the bamboo firewall in the central kingdom of the Celestial Dragon. Breaking it down with Twilight, son of Lilith. Blessings to everyone for being here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. And I have got to roll. My old lady's about to show up. I got to feed these kids. I got to drive back into the city. So once again, Merry Christmas to you, Lilith. Shalom. And I hope everyone has a blessed holiday.
Peace and power, brother. Shalom.
Good man. Keep doing your thing, Twilight. And I'll see all of you in the abodes of the future.
Hello. Bye-bye.
You just said that live on my